Good evening, guys. We are live from Indianapolis Motor Speedway tonight. It's 150 laps. I got a new guy in the booth named CJ. Welcome aboard, CJ. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you for asking. Appreciate you for allowing me to come up in the booth with you tonight.
Sure, no thing. Last week's winner is Kevin Bullock in the 62 car. I'm sure he's looking to go back-to-back wins, and also a first-time winner possibly could happen tonight. These guys are currently qualifying, so waiting for qualifying to wrap up, then we'll give you the grid and who's going to be starting on the pole. We'll all find out once qualifying is done.
It's gonna be interesting. Just looking at the track information. It's currently in game. 70 degrees at the track, 97. I think it's gonna make it a little bit slick for these racers today, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, the track temperature plays a huge effect with how these cars handle, especially on older tires. Obviously, the older the tires are, the slicker the race cars get, and they harder to handle they become. So,
Absolutely, it's gonna be really interesting. Just watching them through practice, and some of these people doing qualifying, they've been having a rough time trying to figure out a lane. So.
tonight's stages are stage 1, 45, stage 2, and 90, and the final stage on the checkered flag would be lap 150, so 150 laps in all.
Yep, it's gonna be a good long race for everyone. I hope it is. Our speed limit on pit road is 60. Um, so they gotta watch how they get on the speed limit on the pit road after coming off of turn 4 there.
Yeah, I feel like pit road. It's not one of those most difficult ones to get onto, but it is easy to speed if you're not careful.
Absolutely. It looks like everybody's getting ready to grid up. So we're going to go ahead and run through the grid here. So starting pole tonight is Parker Collins. P2 is going to be Kevin Bullock. P3 is Brian Clark. P4 is Riley Hoots. P5, Matthew Batby. P6, Alan Bledsoe. P7 is going to be Derek Schilling. Nicholas Compton going to be starting P8. P9, David Molina Sr. And riding at your top 10 is going to be Zachary Compton.
Looks like Alex Thomas is going to be 11th. 12th is going to be Jimmy Brusker. Let's see if I can get this grid to go on down to 13th here is going to be Jason Monteville. 14th is going to be Staff. 15th is going to be Bob Carroll. 16th is Wilson. 17th is Shell. 18th is Fallen. And 19th is going to be Goodwin. Pretty good sized field tonight.
Oh, absolutely. 19 drivers, so it's going to be a interesting race. Hopefully nobody gets lapped. Like we said, it's going to come down to pit stops. It's a 150 lap race, also broken up into stages. So
yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting to see. I know last time we came here, there was an incident with Parker Collins and another guy who is no longer in the league, but nevertheless, Parker seemed to have a dominating car, and a lot of these guys are HT Gaming guys, or I mean, they're 4 or 5 guys in that team, and they're a pretty solid group, and I think they're going to try to see what it takes to bring down Parker today.
yeah, but also you got to remember, teammates are going to try to let teammates go for the win. It wouldn't be different than that. Gonna go back to the truck race I did here earlier in the week at Daytona. It came down to teammates, and one of the teammates ended up wrecking out the leader. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how all the teams bond with each other here at Indianapolis.
Cars are rolling away now, going into turn 1, getting their pace stops underway.
So I know you were coming up late to the press box. Did you get any good snacks down there at the concourse?
Oh, unfortunately not. I woke up late and didn't want to get out of bed. So I had to get my suit on and make it way to the hot dog stand, and I didn't see nothing good really.
Oh, you didn't get those corn dogs?
No, unfortunately not. I did grab me a hamburger and a nice cold Coke though.
Nice. I got some chili fries that the spotter stand threw down here to me. So, going down the backstretch, looks like everybody's ready to go racing here very soon, guys. Right behind the Geico pace car as they go down the backstretch. So,
Seems like some of these guys may be trying to save gas already underneath these pace laps, trying to stretch it out on fuel as far as they can. This is a
yeah,
big track, and if you run out of gas, that's a long ways around and back to pit road.
absolutely it is. So, at this time, we are coming out of 3 and 4, I think. And the pace car should be making its dive onto pit road. We are getting ready to go green from the corn state, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go racing, boys. Green flag is out at Indy.
Now side by side as they go down to turn 1, the 24 gets a little bit loose there behind the 62, but he manages to save it.
And everybody's still 2 abreast behind the leaders. The 24 is going to try to make it 3 wide as they go into... I don't know, Indy. Into 2. Down the backstretch, the 54 takes the lead, but the 24 is trying to charge on the inside.
And 24's fighting. He's not giving that 62 any room as they go into turn 3 here. You know, Parker, the 54, he's loving this. He wants to see these guys battle behind him so he can pull away.
Absolutely. This is what the leader wants to look at right now. He wants to see the top 3 and 4 just try to battle each other out and maybe cause a caution. So
I'm sure these guys are going to get single file. Just like in real life, you know, this track is so huge, and the draft plays such an important role here at this racetrack.
yes, sir. Further back in the pack. They were 3 wide momentarily, but everything's starting to look like an I-95 traffic jam as the 80 is back there in the middle of a meat sandwich.
Yeah, that's Nick Compton. He's doing pretty good so far for starting season 2. He led stage 1 last week, and his brother Zachary in the 81 also had a stage 1 last week. So look for those guys to be out front at some point during tonight's race.
Absolutely. Back up towards the front. Leader's starting to pull away a little bit, but everybody's starting to hang a little bit loose. So 24 still hanging in there, trying to keep pace with him. So
Top 4 is single file. The top 3 are really close knit right there together, while the 54 is pulling away ever so slightly. Further on back, though, everybody else is just about single file. We do have a HT gaming guy down here on the inside trying to make some moves on the 31.
it's going to be interesting before he gets to the turn because from personal experience using these cars, you don't want to go into that turn with a full head of steam because you might end up in the inside wall and then might just catapult off and take out a bunch of people. But they're still getting back there. It's 2 abreast behind them a little bit, heading to the stripes this time back.
Yeah, the 42 looks like he's going to be losing a little bit of momentum back here. He's going to fall in line. One thing that this league is still using is the Gen 6 cars, so they're not on the next gen car just yet. Maybe for next season they will be, make that switch, but yeah, these cars, they're so aggressive whenever you get around people in dirty air and stuff. You can lose time and control in just a handful of laps.
Absolutely. The one thing about these cars that I like is more speed out of them. You don't get that. There's no extra 5th gear you got to worry about upshifting when you're in a draft or anything. You just got your 4th gear you got to worry about. The next gen car, you got to worry about that 5th gear and not staying in it too long because you could blow your engine easily.
I will say though, I'm interested to see how that next gen car works on road courses for the actual race this year whenever they get to like tracks like Watkins Glen or Road America or Sonoma with that fifth gear.
And I don't think anybody's going to be using that fifth gear. Meanwhile, the leader is starting to gap everyone just a little bit. He's about to turn into everybody, so he's sucking in all that clean air. He's using it to his advantage.
Yeah, we saw the 24 get around the 62. Now he's going to go back to third here and going to try to get back up to second. But now the 62 is putting the pressure back on the 24.
Yeah, and looks like we might have a battle going on behind him just a little bit between the 24 and the car that's behind him. They're starting to get a little dicey, but he's hanging tough there.
Right on board for a little bit with Kevin Bullock here in the 62. Last week's race winner at Daytona. He had a nice help from his teammate to get that victory.
Absolutely. I'm back in the field a little bit with Keith. He's currently running 15th this time by on this lap. He's back there in that second pack of cars that haven't really caught up to the main pack yet. But everybody's running either single file or going too wide just a little bit, trying to keep a little bit of rubber on them tires. So.
One thing these guys really don't have to worry about, like in real life, though, is the debris on the racetrack. Because, like, Parker right now, if we actually had debris, if iRacing had debris, hot dog wrappers or paper or anything getting on these grills, these cars would get hot in a hurry. So that's fortunately that these guys don't have to really worry about that.
Yeah, and luckily the winds are only south right now at 3 miles an hour. The relative humidity's up there about 58%, so it's going to make things more interesting. And we have a caution on
We
the
do
track.
have a yellow out,
So
big
sure
time
you got
wreck.
your release mark correct coming into pit road? Yes, I do, sir.
We're gonna go back and see what happened. Zero 03, he is a rookie for this season. Oh, looks like the 3 car just bounced off the wall and the 03 had no place to go.
Yeah, and there's literally nowhere for him to go, and it's sad to see rookies like that being. I was a rookie in this league way long ago, and it's just a little sad to see it happen because you just can't break at 180 and expect to get around. He had traffic behind him, so it's gonna be interesting to. So
That brings our caution number 1 tonight. Fast repairs. When we saw the 8, he had a lot of front end damage, so he'll be getting a fast repair done, I'm sure. And this league only gets 1 fast repair throughout the night, so it's going to be interesting to see how far the 8 car can go and the 03 if he decides to use his fast repair. You don't want to get involved in another accident, a major accident, and then have a whole lot of damage more done to your car.
Oh yeah, you don't. Usually those fast repairs you're supposed to use like for an emergency. I think those 2 cars they're gonna need it. They just gotta be careful the rest of the race. We're only on lap 8, so they still got a long way to go tonight. Hopefully they don't end up in anything else, because anything else probably gonna end up canceling their night tonight. So. But your current top 10 as it stands right now, Collins is leading, followed by Batby, Hoots, Bullock, Schilling, Tillman, Compton, Clark, Compton, Clark, Compton. Stats is your top 10. 11th is Bledsoe. 12th is Medina. 13th is Wilson, as we got some cars coming onto the pit lane.
Yeah, we do. Looks like most of the leaders decided to come down pit road. We've got a couple of them that did decide to stay out. But for the most part, a lot of the leaders decided to come down pit road. I think that they'll just get gas only. 5 sets of tires. You might see some guys take tires. I think it'll be a mixed bag, honestly, but we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a wild card pit stop. Everybody think they pit closer to the end of the the green flag run for that if we ever get one. But it looks like everybody's taking gas. There's some quick pit stops. So.
Yeah, I figured it'd just be gas only, just enough to get to the end of the stage here, or even stretch it out another lap or two, if need be.
Yeah, but like the two cars that just wrecked, they're probably gonna get their quick fast repair and get the gas. A splash of Sunoco gas, so.
I'll have to see what Batby does, see if he decides to come down pit road this time by, along with Riley Hoots in that 24 car and Wilson and another rookie in that 48. See what those top three guys decide to do now.
That everybody's gonna. I think because this is just me, they're gonna probably go in and get gas as we get a blinker. But it'll be interesting if they don't take gas. They're gonna put themselves at risk of probably running out. I know the one race I did here in High Octane, I ran out on pit lane and I couldn't get into my pit box. So
Yeah, I mean, it's I like iRacing just because it tells you, how many laps you have left, but it's not always accurate depending on what app. So I mean, some guys have apps that get it right down to the very last feet. Or if we're gonna run out at 3,000 feet from the backstretch or whatever. Some guys have those apps and some don't. So it's just like an advantage of how far can you stretch it on fuel.
absolutely, yeah. I know personally, I use the crew chief app, and it tells me how much gas I have left lap wise. It doesn't tell me how much feet I will be able to go, just laps. So I try to tick it down to like 10 laps remaining. And if I have those last 10 laps, I can go in and like, take a splash of gas, maybe 2 tires. I'll take it into consideration, but it's a wild ball because some people are driving harder than others, and others just want to try to lay back, not get into a wreck like what we saw the 03 and the 3 do. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We can see here that the lights are off on the pace car. Everybody's getting double file.
Yeah, everybody's gonna get double ball behind the Geico car, the Geico pace car. So, anyway, we're in the corn state, and we're not far from Indianapolis, from downtown Indianapolis. You think we got some wild Colts fans in the virtual stands?
I'd say so. They're probably wishing they had a quarterback right now. I mean, being a guy from Indiana, my wife, true story, graduated from the same high school Jake Cutler went to. My mom actually babysitted Jake Cutler whenever he was a baby. His dad used to be a state trooper here in southern Indiana. I mean, I live in the southern part of Indiana, so it's pretty cool to see these guys that's make it up to professional. I'm just glad that the Cutler didn't play for the Colts because he played terrible for the Bears. I'm a Green Bay fan, so I kind of loved it.
Anyway, the Geico pace car is gonna take its dive into pit road. We are back green flag racing, lap 11 here in Indianapolis.
Bobby gets a pretty good restart. He was the race leader and he controlled the restart here. And he chose the outside lane. The 24 is going to tuck in line here.
Absolutely. And the leader's just absolutely just taking off. He only took gas, I'm assuming. But your top four right now, Batby, Hoots, Wilson, and Collins. Collins just jumped to P3, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Collins back up here on top of the leaderboard here in the next 10 laps or so. He's quick, and he just has to conserve tires. I mean, that's really what it boils down to at this point. Conserving your tires for this long green flag run if we get another one.
Hopefully we do, because that's what we want to see. We want to see some green flag pit stops involved, because that's what it's going to come down to. If you can get your green flag pit stops, stay in front of the leader, catch a break. There's a lot of look from the the Goodyear blimp here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Everybody's still single file behind the leader. Some double file trying to pass each other. So got some drafting on the front stretch. So.
Yeah, pretty good battles for halfway back to the pack and further on in the back of the field. It's a lot of good drafting and battles going on.
Caution is out.
Got
Man, we have a
another yellow.
caution.
I know, man. I think we need to start putting like an age limit on racing or something,
I do not see anything. I don't see anybody slow or any wrecks. Let's see if Compton was involved. He's on the apron there. I see a little bit of smoke. Let's see, riding with Compton in the 80. He's over here behind Paulin. Ah, the 48 just looks like he got turned.
Simple accident.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen. As he sends himself through the, did he hit the wall? He did. Ugh.
So that brings out our second caution for tonight. That was a quick caution. We was just talking about possibly green flag pit stops, but still yet to happen.
Absolutely. Give me 1 minute. I need to take a step outside the booth here real quick because I got an official talking to my ear, so I'll be right back. Sorry, race control is dropping off kids in the booth, so.
Oh, yeah, you're good. We've got some more guys coming down pit road. Parker, Brian Clark in that 31, a couple of HT gaming guys. They're coming down pit road. We got some guys staying out. So, fuel only, I'm sure.
Probably. I'll put money on it. 45 laps. I think we're trying. Maybe they're good tires. So the first stage is 45. So, it'll be interesting. So, 'cause I think these was some of those cars look the same from the pit cycle last time. So,
I can see fuel only. There's a quick pit stop again, so no tires. The 03 is still on pit road, the 48's on pit road, and I saw the 8 car come by, and he still has that burn-in damage. So I don't think he's used his fast repair yet.
yeah, and the 23 sounds like he's gonna take a EOL. So.
Yeah, that is something new for this league. If you cause a caution, you will get an EOL.
Leaders are currently going down the backstretch here at Indianapolis. Your top 5 is Batby, Hoots, Bledsoe, Stoff, Fallen, and well, Compton top 6. The Compton Bros is really far apart tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Zach come up here inside the top 10 later on tonight. He's quick. Last season, in season 1, though, I felt like Nick was kind of the weaker link out of the two. Nothing against Nick, but he surprised me at the road course we went to. He dominated his brother, ran so much better than his brother, but from what I heard, they had COVID, so they was also battling that while racing. It's good to see that Nick's up here inside the top 10.
Absolutely. I had the honor and privilege when I was in High Octane the first season to race alongside both Compton brothers. They were both friendly, and they post-race every time I DNF or something. They'd give me advice. I was a Class C driver in this league, so I was one of the rookies, as they would dub me. But both of them helped me out with driving techniques and just a little bit of a hands-on approach advice, being the new guy on the block. So.
Yeah, absolutely. This doesn't hurt to take advice from anyone, especially if you're just now getting on iRacing or have only been on iRacing for 6 months or so. You always want to look towards people that's got like a 4,000 iRating or a 3,000 or something that's way above your grade to see what you can do to get up there. And
yeah, I think the one person that gave me the best advice is, well, not one person, it's a group of individuals. It's in this league, the High Octane Sim Series officials. One of them lives near me, so me and him were always talking. He gave me advice on each track we go to. Even though I knew certain tracks, because like Martinsville's near me, Dover's near me, and Martinsville, Dover, Richmond, and Bristol, they're all near me. which we're going to next week, Bristol Dirt. So, but anyway, all those people, everybody in this racing league, they've been real nice and helpful and everything. But lights are out on top of the Geico pace car as they come out of 2 and 3. I'm pretty sure going into 4. So getting ready to go back to the start, and that will have to be the control car for this green flag on lap 16. So what should we see coming up? Should we see some more green flag pit stops? Should we see some more fuel stops?
I would think that these guys are going to settle on down here as Dotby takes the green flag and this race is back underway. But I think that these guys are going to settle down, give each other more room, and see if they can get some green flag pit stops coming up.
Absolutely. And behind them, they're starting to break loose a little bit of teasing each other, seeing if we're going to have a top 3 change here shortly. So, but everybody's racing clean so far. We've only had 2 cautions, so.
See a lot of damage on that 8 car. He's going to fall way to the back compared to these other guys that don't have any damage.
Absolutely. The 8 car is currently running that inside lane around a group of other cars. 62 is going to try to pass him on the outside. Oh, never mind. But he's got a lot of damage, so.
One guy making his move is Parker Collins. He's starting to come back into the picture here. He restarted deep in the field since half the guys didn't hit, half of them stayed out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We got a blinker up near the front of the field, but everybody's going to figure itself out. Parker's going to go inside and almost making contact going on to the backstretch.
Yeah, that's the 7 car, who's another rookie for this league. LaJoy. I don't think he's related to Corey LaJoy.
You don't think?
Highly doubtful, but you never know.
Yeah, he could be. Corey LaJoy's a nice guy. I got to meet him one year. He's an awesome guy. But back at the front of the field, our leader looks like he's getting ready to pull away. So.
He's trying to, but the 24 is sticking with him.
Absolutely. Those Chevys have been good at this track over the past 3, 4, 5 years. So I wouldn't put any doubt in the 24 car.
We saw Riley Hoots. He had 1 win in season 1. Very good car, strong all last season. Missed a few races. It got him behind in points and fell up short to Parker in the season championship.
Yeah, I had some big expectations for the 24, just being an outsider watching the streams and stuff. It's going to be interesting to see how well he'll do this season after coming up short last season. Maybe there'll be a little bit of a drive for him to get into that championship for, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they possibly could. You can see that on the 24, right above his windshield, he's got the High Octane Sim Series banner that they've made for some of these guys who you like to put one on their car, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, I noticed that looking through the Discord today. I was wondering what that was. Everybody is single file down the backstretch, except for a little battle back there. So they're 2 abreast. Everybody else is starting to be single files.
Oh, they got back in the Darien in the 45 just a little bit too hard and got him sideways.
At least he saved it. No caution, though. One driver, I look back farther in the field to see just see how everybody's driving. Looking back there at Jason Monteville, he's driving a little bit smoother after his wreck earlier. Yeah, I think it was his wreck earlier. But the 8 car has a lot of damage on the front. Most of the front's gone. I can see the radiator in there. He's gonna have a long race ahead of him.
It's one thing I like about this camera angle. it shows the banking. I mean, this track, it's huge. It's over a 2 mile track, but it does not have a lot of banking in the turns.
No, it doesn't. It's not like every other track that we that's on the Haas schedule. It makes itself unique. So.
Well, a side-by-side battle going on with the 09 and the 42.
A little bit. Oh, things are starting to get crazy back there. Some of them are double, well, side by side. So. The main part of the field in front of the 42 is starting to pull away just a little bit. So.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say Clark in that 31 car looked like an HT Gaming teammate. His car pretty much blends right in with the guys around him right now.
Absolutely it does, but he's still hanging in there. He's hanging back there in 10th, I think that is. Yeah, 10th. So. Who doesn't like Harley Davidson? That's a good paint scheme for his vehicle, though. Side by side with the 9, 23's right behind him. He's about to lose 2 spots.
It's a great battle. We got like 5-6 cars underneath the blanket trying to pass one another and be careful and not wreck each other either.
Absolutely. It's looking like a little... If you think about it, I know you got interstates near you. For me, it's 81, and that's what it looks like to me. 81 north and south. It's starting to get a little crazy, so... A little bit of a hold your breath kind of moment with some of these cars in the back, so from like 8th on back, so...
Yeah, we don't... Where I live out in the country, so we have, you know, I-64 that runs east and west that goes from Evansville to Louisville, and that's the only time it really gets crazy, especially when you get into Louisville. So I understand what you're talking about, definitely. Rush hour,
Yeah.
and it's time to go.
Well, I mean, it's only lap 23, so it's almost time to get going, so... Meanwhile, it looks like 24 is trying to catch up, back at the front of the field, 24 is trying to catch up to the 89 car. Let's see if that's going to get anywhere.
Yeah, 24 is... He's been quiet, staying right there in the draft of Bat B right here.
I say be right on board with him. Take a lap around Indianapolis with him, you know? Oh, leader's pitting. He's going to be taking the lead.
Stops. Yes. Green flag pit stops there for Batby, who did not pit on the last 2 cautions. He stayed out. So he's being forced to come down pit road now.
Just riding on board with the cockpit cam that Toots is wearing. He's not overdriving the turns. He's keeping it nice and still, going through 1 and 2, down the backstretch now. So...
Yeah, I really like how Hoots he's being nice and easy. He has a pretty good depth back to second, so there's no reason to use up your tires or over abuse them.
Yeah, it's only a 2-second lead, down to 1 second now, so...
Kind of surprised that 24 hasn't elected to come down pit road yet. Maybe he's going to stretch it on fuel here for a few more laps before he decides to come in. He could also be hoping for a yellow. There he is bouncing off the wall.
And we have a caution
out.
out.
We do have a yellow.
The end of that little run we just did.
Caution on the speedway, ladies and gentlemen. This is probably what the drivers need. If you didn't pit, well, guess what? This is your chance to pit. And we're going to look on the replays. Why don't you take us to the replay?
I'm trying to see what may have transpired, and I don't see anybody really slow. See if maybe the 48 could have been involved. I don't know if he was. Oh, I saw some smoke. Let's go up through the field. Looks like the 31's getting to the outside wall.
We were just praising the 31 for having a good driving technique.
31, he's sitting here behind the 9 car. Oh, the 9 car gets inside it's the 31, and that's what happened. That's what brought that yellow out.
Yeah, and luckily in this league you get an EOL for an accident, and that was clearly just a racing accident. He thought it was clean and clear, but he still came up accidentally and ended up just taking someone out, which is a shame, but anyway. Now, who do you think we're going to see pitting out of this top 10? Do you think we'll see all 10 pit, or?
Yeah, I think everybody's gonna pit Parker. He's back up here inside the top 6 or 7. I think I could see him coming down pit road, and he will be the guy that does not have to take as much fuel as the guys who have not pitted yet.
Top it off and try to get to the end of the stage. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the fast action pit stops. Let's see who will be the quickest on pit road tonight. And most of the field will be coming to pit road, except for one person.
Yeah, it's Batby. They're staying out.
Well, Batby did pit, if we do remember, before the caution, so he's catching a little bit of a break, so.
It looks like 62's out, Evan's out, 80's out.
So, what's the over-under on cautions we're talking about? We're on a third caution now, so.
Well, I mean, I've seen, 20 cautions in this league at a short track during season 1. I mean, it is what it is. You're gonna have cautions. Nobody wants to be involved in a caution, and some guys are always hoping and praying for a caution, especially after 10 or 15 laps on their tires.
Yeah, and looking at the weather bugs here at the Speedway, temperature hasn't really gone down. It's still the same as the start of the race, 70 degrees with a partly cloudy sky, so it's going to put a little bit of heat down on the track, just a little bit. So
That plays a huge role into it. I mean, that I don't think some people realize how much track temperature plays into effect of how these cars handle, and also the cloud cover too, right? I mean, if you have a little bit of cloud cover, that could also play an effect on the car handling.
yeah, it looks like we got one more car going down pit road at this time. Something must have been wrong. So, but yeah, track temperature dropped 1 degree. It's 84 degrees on the track now. But it's going to be interesting. We've only done 28 laps, 29 laps this time by. So,
See, the lights are off on the pace car.
yeah, absolutely. And go ahead and run through our top 8. We'll run to the top 19. Bad B is going to be your leader. Bullock, Bledsoe, Compton, Medina, Schilling, Hoots, Stoff, Fallen, and Compton make up your top 10. 11th is going to be Goodwin. 12th is going to be Bruce Seeker. 13th is going to be Wilson. 14th, Shell. 15th, Carroll. 16th, Collins. 17th, Clark. 18th, Tailman. And 19th is going to be Monteville, who is out of the race.
Yeah, so we still got 18 cars Racing, 17 cars still on the lead lap. 23 Atoman, he's hoping he can't wait for the end of the stage or the next caution. He could get that wave around or lucky dog and be right back in this thing.
Yeah, I'm curious why the 03 decided to drop out. So, but I'm hearing over on the driver radio. Some people didn't take tires, some people did take tires. So it's gonna be interesting when they come back to the restarting zone to see who spins their tires.
Yeah, it's gonna be Batby once again, your race leader here.
Coming out of 4 this time by. Pace car is going to take its left-hand turn down pit road, take its lovely spot at the end of the pit road, and get a sip of a drink. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing from Indianapolis on lap 30.
Yes, sir, the green flag is back out. We just got about 15 laps or so left in stage number 1.
Like we said during the caution break, it's going to be interesting to see who spins their tires, and because right now everybody's still 2 abreast behind the leaders, behind Badby. So. Kevin's been decent all night. I don't know where he came from. He's P3 now, and he's right there behind Bledsoe. Just trying to get past him, so.
Yeah, Kevin actually just moved up to the second spot, taking that second position away. He's looking to go chase down our leader.
Everyone behind them is either single file, double wide, or occasionally, from what I've seen, 3 wide, which is a little dangerous here in Indianapolis. So.
Yeah, it's a madhouse. It's like a hornet's nest behind these top 3 or 4 guys. Everybody back here double wide, trying to find their way.
Yeah, 2 or 3 wide. Got a few cars trying to get around each other, trying to make it 3 wide. Can't go 4 wide here. It's a little dangerous, although it's been done realistically, and it usually ended up bad. I think that was a few years ago. So.
Yeah, you could do that on the front stretch and back stretch. As long as you get that figured out before these turns, I think you'll be safe.
Yeah, I think you know what incident I'm referring to. I think it's a Jimmy Johnson incident from, I think it was 2011. So, 2011 or 2012. So.
Kevin's starting to put some pressure on Batby up here for the top spot.
Yeah, he is. It's going to be interesting to see how long Batby can hold off Bullock. I know Bullock is on fresher tires, but how much of the fresher tires is he going to use trying to get to this stage end?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I think he'll take the spot away because these fresher tires, as I say that, here comes Keith falling in the 09, taking the second spot away. So now, Kevin's going to drop back to 4th. I think we may have jinxed him.
Well, that's okay. It'll be okay later. We'll take the blame. But falling on the charge, maybe he'll get to the leader.
Keith's best finish last year in season 1 was 3rd place, and here he is taking the lead away at Indianapolis. And Zachary Compton, the guy who we talked about earlier, moving up to 3rd, and here comes Parker Collins moving up to 3rd now. Zach goes to 2nd.
Thanks, Keith. That's what one of the racers just told him. But Keith accidentally overdrove turn 2. Here we go. We got a battle for the lead. Battle for 2nd almost. We got one car trying to take the outside lane around the 80. So, but the 09 is just sailing right now.
Yeah, he's quick. He had a really strong season in 1. He had a lot of bad luck. Didn't always get the results he wanted, but here he is leading this things early on in season 2, race number 2 of the new season.
It's going to be interesting. I know whenever I crashed out, and I usually stream these races, so I'd go to his channel and just sit and watch him. And the communication down there in the Milsim Racing channel, it's just amazing what you will hear. They're talking to each other, depending on who's in the race, because most of them are officials. So like Nick's not in the race tonight. He's our flagman. So.
Yeah, Nick is doing race control. He is one of those guys that's in the military and moving. So he was in a hotel there for the last half of the season and was unable to finish the playoffs. And he should make his return here in the next 3 or 4 weeks, I'm sure.
It'll be interesting to see him back on track. He's one of the good guys I love seeing. He's a cool guy. So, but falling under attack, going down into 2 at this time.
Yeah, these top 4 are really, really close, especially the top 3. This 7 car, he's kind of laying back just a little bit, hoping that these guys crash maybe.
It'll be interesting because right now, I think this is what the 7 car is trying to plan. Maybe Compton and Collins and Fallon will go 3 wide into 4 and just take each other to the dumpster. So.
Yeah, we're actually riding on board of the bumper of the 54 right now. You can see how Keith has his left side's tire below that white line coming out of turn 4. Parker gets that draft. You can see him scooting ever so closer to Keith up here, and he's going to go to the inside here in turn 1. Backs off just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. You don't want to try to challenge him too much because you might end up putting him in the fence and tempers a flare. Indianapolis is known for temper flares and throwing helmets, so.
Stage points are a big thing, and as we say that, here comes Parker. He's putting the pressure on, trying to take that spot away, and Keith's fighting back hard on the outside. He's not going to let Parker have this spot so easily.
Nah, he's going to try to dogfight him. Coming to the line this time by. Looks like Keith will lead this lap. Oh, getting a little dicey behind him. That's okay. Oh, we got a wreck! Oh, cautions on the front stretch. Major wreck. The 09 got took into the dumpster, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
That will bring out our 4th caution of the
we
night.
have got a very,
and they're
And
not
a big wreck behind them.
We're minding our P&Q.
How frustrating are you if you're Keith or Parker? That was just a racing incident,
Yeah.
and now the front stretch is clogged.
It looks like an I-95 pile-up right there, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of cars have just been taken to the dumpster right now, and they're going to need their fast repair. It's just, I feel bad for the 09 car. He was running solid. It's a racing incident. That's what it's going to boil down to. But I just feel bad for him, and knowing that maybe a little bit of revenge on the mind of Keith is going to be in play later. He's going to try to drive that 09 Chevy back around to pit road. So.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get a tow. He wants to be able to drive that thing as far as he can. Hopefully he does make it to pit road. If he gets a tow, that usually takes 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get a tow, maybe.
Yeah,
he got a tow.
He took a tow, and
you think we can get him up here in the press box and see what happened to him?
yeah, let's go back and watch this replay real quick. You can see that the 09 and 54 are battling side by side. It looks like the 54 may have came up just a little. Yeah, it looks like the 54 tries to do that side draft and this gets in the back of the Keith there.
Yeah, and I feel bad for Keith. He's the one guy who's usually a clean racer, and he doesn't really get in anybody's way. He's gonna be one of the guys to watch the rest of the day after he gets his fast repair. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Keith, he was running strong there, and just mistakes happen.
Yeah, maybe we can get a word from him, seeing what happened.
Hey Keith, it's John and CJ up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey man, that was really unfortunate there what happened between you and Parker. How you holding up?
Well, the motor blew up, so I got to take a tow, so I'm waiting on that. But I mean, it's just part of the iRacing with the net code. According to race control, he had like a foot in between me and him, and I just went around.
Yeah, that's one thing that's kind of sucks about netcode is you can bring out a caution in a hurry, and you, what you think may actually happen because on the screen it looked like Parker came up into you, and you're saying it's netcode, so it's definitely strange for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard racing. You can't really fault anybody for hard racing. Like I said, it is what it is. It's unfortunate. Looks like I'm 2 laps down right now, so hopefully I can just stay 2 laps and try to get back on the lead lap and fight towards the front again.
Yeah, you've caught a lot of lucky breaks here tonight, and hopefully you have a horseshoe somewhere in pit road you can use. But is there any plans of trying to go back out there tonight, or?
Oh yeah, well I got my fast repair. I hadn't used that yet, so once this tow's done, my fast repair kick in, and then I'll be on my way.
All right, Keith. Thank you for joining us, man. We'll pull you back later and see how you're feeling. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you, buddy.
All right.
Words from Keith falling at the '09 machine. He's a little heartbroken, as you can tell, but Robin's racing here at Indianapolis, so.
Yeah, it's you've seen a lot of crazy wrecks here at Indianapolis. Even Pocono, you can see a lot of crazy wrecks. I mean, this racetrack is so huge, and these guys run about 100, 180, 190 miles per hour.
Absolutely. But right now, back at the top of the field, we got the Compton brothers sitting 1 and 3. Schilling's in the middle, right there on the 87 machine, P2. P4 is going to be Carroll, and Stap, STAPF, is going to be 5, P5. So the brothers are back together. We were talking about them being P5 and P16 earlier, remember?
Yeah, like I said, I knew Zach would find his way inside the top 10, and here he is actually leading this thing.
It's going to be interesting. I know we had a lot of cars probably go into pit road and take the fastest pair. So the only cars we have that are laps down is Shell in the 8 machine. He's 2 laps down. Fallon, he's 2 laps down. And Medina is 2 laps down with Monteville still out of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got Keith. He was just involved in that wreck, and he'll get up here. I'm sure he'll find his way back to on the lead lap. Here he is coming off pit road now.
Is that him or is that Monteville?
That's Keith there in the blue and yellow car.
The one in front of him that just came off pit road.
I believe that's Monteville.
Oh, it still says he's out, so. Well. Our sensors may have been busted. They may have busted the one in the front stretch accidentally. We'll have to send the crew out there to fix it. But the lights are out on top of the pace car at this time. Compton's going to lead Schilling back down to the front stretch. Do you think the Compton brothers are going to play nice sitting there P1 and P3?
Yeah, I could see Zach letting his teammate know when they're going to go, when he's going to go here, and just kind of give him that wave to push me.
Well, pace car is going to take its left-hand turn down pit road. The Compton brothers is going to be pushing Compton, and we're back underway here in Indianapolis.
Nice driving, and here comes Nick trying to take that second spot away. Kind of figured that's how he was going to orchestrate here. Zach was letting his brother know when he was going to go, and that's what it looks like it played out. But 87, he's fighting back strong. He's going to hold on to second.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't good almost, but it's okay. He survived almost off the wall, so. Compton will fall back to P6. He's falling like a rock. So, P7, P8.
Yeah, that's a little bit surprising. He restarted it here in third, and he's falling back pretty far.
I think he may have hit the wall. I'm not going to say he did or didn't. I didn't catch it when we were looking back later. But he's going to be sitting now P11. So I was hoping he's going to be up to helping his brother out a little bit. He's only got a .10, and here comes Bullock down the front stretch with the full head of steam.
Yeah, Kevin, he's looking to take the stage win away. He's got a few laps left in the stage 1, and Kevin, he wants another one. He's fighting to the inside here. He's inside of Zach going down the back straightaway.
Oh yeah, he's there, ladies and gentlemen. We will have a new leader in Indianapolis. Hopefully, by the time they get back to the front stretch, 81's gonna fall in line. We have a new race leader in Indy.
Yeah, that's smart heads-up play there by Zach. He's just kind of letting Kevin get by him. No need to be aggressive early on. I mean, if it's last lap of the stage, definitely, or even last lap of the race.
Absolutely, Bullock's now gonna try to defend for his life. We only got a few laps left here in the stage, so.
Yeah, it looks like Zach's going to try to ride that draft and stay with Kevin as long as possible.
Absolutely. I think we got 2 laps to go here in the stage, if I'm doing my math correctly, around this 2-mile track. But Bullock's currently trying to pull away. Top 2 have pulled away from the rest of the field at this time. So. Into 3 and 4 for the final time in stage 1. 62 with a little bit of a commanding lead. He's going to start flexing it a little bit. Coming to the green checkers, Kevin Bullock, with a dominating performance in stage 1, will walk away with the stage 1 victory, I think.
Yeah, it's lap 44 now. He's got a 2.5 lead, just about almost a 2.5 lead over Compton. Once these guys get back across the line here, that should be the end of the stage. Lap 45 starts the stage 2, so once we finish this lap here, they should bring out the yellow.
Yeah, I was 1 lap ahead of myself, I'm sorry. Bullock's starting to flex a little bit of muscle back there. We got a battle for second going on between Compton and Beslow. Beslow's going to take over P2. But Bullock into 3 and 4 for the final time this stage now. And he's just trying to ride it now, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to get to the green checkered here in Indianapolis to claim his stage win for stage 1 here in Indianapolis.
Yeah, it's going to be stage 1. His first stage win of the season. Young season, last week's race winner at Daytona. So we're going to go ahead and bring him into the booth here and let's talk about his performance. Hey Kevin, it's John and CJ up in the booth. You got us? Hey Kevin, it's John in the booth. It's John and CJ in the booth. You got us?
Hey, what's up?
Hey man, you got your stage win tonight, and last week you won Daytona, so you're picking up back-to-back wins already.
Hey, we trying to do it, man. Unfortunate there. We had to use our fast repair. We got caught up in that noise. All in all, man, the car driving really good. So I think I got lucky because I put fresh tires on and I knew everybody else. Zach, he was, I think, had 14, 15 laps tires. So come out here and got the stage win.
Yeah, you guys only have 5 sets of tires tonight, so it's going to be a little bit of strategy here in stage 2 and 3, don't you think?
I don't know. I run that first set till I got wrecked. I was going to run it all the way out, so I think we'll have enough tires. I'm going to go in here and pit now and put another fresh set on. But I think we'll be okay.
You had a commanding lead there. Anything you put in your engine when you were in that last pit stop?
Hey, my crew chief and owner told me not to say nothing, so I better keep that to myself.
Gotcha. You signed that NDA agreement, but we're going to go ahead and let you get back down there and talk to your crew chief and stuff. Thank you for joining us in the booth, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Kevin Bullock, guys. That's our stage 1 winner. He's going into pits. Everybody's coming into pit road except for probably one car. So.
Yeah, these guys are needing fuel and tires, especially if you got 15 laps or older on your tires. You definitely want to come in and get those. Looks like the 09 is going to either take a lucky dog or a wave around here.
Eh. Yeah, he is only 2 laps down. He's now 1 lap down, so he's in the spot for the lucky dog. Scale number 8 car is 9 laps down. Only 2 cars out of this race so far. Medina and Monteville. I think Monteville came back on the track though. I'm not for sure. So
See a lot of these guys pitting. See the left sides are up, getting tires. Batby's away, 27's away. The 87's a little bit slow on his pit stop. He may be getting some optional repairs fixed.
all right, so yes, Monteville is out of the race. He's no longer at the track. So and neither is Medina Senior.
That's real unfortunate for Bendina. He's been quick.
Yeah, as it stands right now, he's 8 laps down, along with Nicholas. Keith is on only 1 lap down car, so if a caution comes out during the next stage, he will get back on the lead lap. So.
You know, this league, they're always trying to look for drivers and expanding. So if you're interested in joining this league, look up High Octane Sim Series on Facebook and message them and see if you can join.
Yeah, it's not too late in the season because next week we're going to Bristol Dirt. That's going to be fun. I know this series car last season did Bristol Dirt. So it's going to be really interesting. Lights are going to be out on top of the pace car as we head back into 1. So what should we expect out of the field this time?
I keep on saying that these guys are going to be more conservative and race more with each other, but be more cautious, if you will. And I keep saying that, but it seems like every time I do, they bring up the aggressive, and we always have caution. So hopefully, I'll say it again, we'll have green flag pit stops in stage 2.
Yeah, hopefully. Right now, your top 5 as it stands: Bullock, Bledsoe, Berzeker. He hasn't been that high, or Hoots, according to the screen. Berzeker, Hoots, Wilson, Compton's back up there. I think that's the brother, if I'm correct. Or no, yeah, it is. It was the leader at one point. You got Collins, Batby, Tallman, and Staff. That's your top 10 here at Indianapolis as we work the stage break.
Yeah, you got Carroll right there as well. He's 11th, and 12th is Sherling, 13th is Clark, 14th Goodwin, 15th Compton, 16th Fallon, 17th Shill, and 18th and 19th is Medina and Monteville. These are out of the race.
And we're going to be heading back to green flag shortly. The lights on top of the pace car is out. He's going to make his turn down to the left. We're entering the restart zone for stage 2. Bullock will lead him to the green flag here in Indy.
Yeah, Kevin gets a pretty good breakaway here, and Bledsoe in that 42. He's going to fall right in line and try to stay with him, but he's got pressure from behind him. That 24 car, Riley Hoots.
24 is someone you don't want to mess with, ladies and gentlemen. He's been up at the front all night. He knows what it takes to lead. You can't hold that 24 car back, but 24 is on a mission.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, these guys got 4 fresh tires, so everybody's on the same equal level playing field right now.
Yeah, behind them, there's a little bit of double wide. Oh, getting a little dicey further back, but we're staying green. 42 starting to try to catch the leader a little bit, but he's got to try to hold off the 24 right now.
Yeah, it's makes it in a unique situation for him because he's playing offense and defense at the same time. He's trying to pounce on the leader, trying to get up there with the leader, and trying to hold off the 24. But right now he's losing ground to our leader.
Yeah, his 24 car, sitting right there behind that 42 machine. He's ran decently through the stage 1. He's kept the car clean. But he's gonna be a threat for tonight's race. But got maybe a battle going on behind him. So.
Now here comes that 3 car. The 3 car is actually the guy who brought out the first caution of the night, and he gets loose there underneath the 24. But it's good to see him up here inside the top 5 or 6 battling with these guys, and he's loose. He is trying to hang on to it underneath these cars, and he's going to lose a few positions here.
A little bit of banner between Compton and the 87. How many times are you going to get into me? Well, this is Andy. He's going to get into you as many times as he needs to. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Kevin's got a little bit of commanding lead over the 42 and the 24, but we still got a beating and banging behind him. We remain green, but as we all say, it's rubbing to racing. If you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a traffic jam behind Kevin. Everybody's fighting for position.
Absolutely. It's a new stage, new playbook comes out. What are you going to do? It's lap 51 of 150. Still got a long way to go in this race.
Yes, for sure. I mean, everybody's single file. I say that, but now we got some cars looking low, trying to make some moves.
Hopefully it's the right moves, not the one that's going to end them up in the garage.
Yeah, they got Batby putting pressure on the 24, who's down low. He's going to try to take this position away. He's going to bring Parker with him. Parker's looking low. Looks like the 3 wide going down the backstretch here.
That's a little dicey. At least they got it settled before they got to turn 3.
Now we got Compton going underneath Hoots here.
They're going to be 2 wide. Looks like Compton's going to try to pass both of them. He will successfully pass both of them, but oh, we're getting a little dicey behind him. The 24's loose. Oh my heavens!
Not sure if he got loose or if he had help by the 54 there.
I think he had a little help by the 54. 24 ain't mad on radio. It's racing. So he'll drop back in the field a little bit. Drop back to P6, P7 now.
That was a nice aggressive move, but he was able to hold on to it, so he did lose some track time. Could have been a lot worse though. He could have been up in defense here. Meanwhile, out front though, we got Bledsoe closing in on Kevin Bullock here. Kevin's lead is suddenly starting to evaporate.
Yeah, a little bit. It's still hanging in there. Bledsoe's gonna be catching him a little bit, so.
Yeah, Kevin may not be using up his equipment, trying to, be easy on those tires. Trying to make these other guys abuse their tires, and if you do that, it's a win-win situation.
Right now, riding on board with Bledsoe, I'm selecting cameras. He's trying to follow the same lane as Bullock, but Bullock's running a higher lane than what Bledsoe is that last lap.
Yeah, you can see here that Kevin doesn't put his upsides down below the white line, whereas the 42 does, and 42 really gained here in that little short stretch between 1 and 2, coming out of 2 now. And Bledsoe is really starting to gain on Kevin here, using that draft to his advantage.
Oh, he's probably going to catch him going into 3 and 4. He's getting there. He's using that draft to his advantage, as you said. He's going to go inside of the 62. We might have a new leader here in Indy.
Yeah, I don't think Kevin's going to give it to him that easily, though. The 42 is going to fight pretty hard, but the 62 is going to fight even harder on the outside, I'm sure. Coming down the front stretch.
And he ain't going to get the lead that time. He's there. Compton's getting up there, but our main eyes right now is on the battle for the lead as we just started lap 56. So
What this is doing, though, is allowing these guys to close in on the top 2. You can see now the top 6 right here, all fighting for the top spot. As now there's a battle for second. That's going to allow Kevin to pull away just ever so slightly if they don't get this battle figured out.
absolutely, Bledsoe's going to fall back in line just a little bit. He's lost a few spots. Coming back to the line this time, he's probably going to be P5 or P6. So, but nothing to be ashamed about. It's racing. Probably overuse your tires just a little bit. So
Parker's making Collins work for second spot here.
yeah, Compton's a good racer. He wants to try to challenge everyone. I think that's his mindset every week in, week out. Don't try to tear up the car, and also race everybody to your best abilities. So
Collins going to move back here in the 5th spot now. He was up there for second and third, but now he's going to drop back, and it's going to allow the 23 car to move up into second.
yeah, 23's been hanging around there all night. I've kind of noticed him a little bit, but he's driven real nice. He was involved with that wreck earlier, I think, if I'm correct. So it's going to be interesting. Can he chase down the leader this time? So.
Yeah, for sure. Now these guys are all single file. Seem like they got their stuff figured out for the moment, but Coleman's been quick. He was quick there in season 1, and here he is pounding on the door.
Question is, can Tallman get to the lead? He is inside of the 62 going down the backstretch.
So on the inside, Kevin might pull over and let him have it here. And it looks like he does. Let's see how much Kevin fights back now that he's back in second.
I don't know. He's under it. As soon as he went to second, Compton is there. And Compton's going to go to the inside.
I'm a bit surprised that Parker didn't follow Compton down here in turn 3 and 4.
He
does.
Now he does, yeah. He's there, but right now Tallman's just driving away with this. He's gonna try to save as much tires as he can, save as much fuel as he can. So.
Someone else starting to come back into the picture is that 89 car, Batby, who led early on in the race, and here he is back inside the top 5.
Absolutely. I went back and I'm looking through the field. Decided to stop and look at Keith. Keith's 1 lap down after the wreck on the front stretch into 1. He's just sailing, and that's all he can do right now. He's trying to stay on the lead lap. So.
Yeah, he needs to stay where he is as far as, staying on 1 lap down. And he also don't need to be involved in a caution. If you get involved in a caution, you will not be the lucky dog.
Oh, yeah. Trust me. I think that's the one thing on his mind right now. He doesn't want to be part of a caution. He wants to try to keep the car looking the way it is. I think he took his fast repair also to tell. Yeah, he did because he blew his engine. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So, but I'm going to go back up to the front of the field. Right now, that's not right. Tallman driving away a little bit, so.
Yeah, he's got about just a little over a half-second lead over Collins, and Batby back to third there. He's got about a second lead over Batby. Zach Compton, he's got about a second, almost a second and a half lead. So he's starting to fill that bubble, expand it, if you will. It's a little bit bigger each stop as they go around this place.
Yeah, I think those are teammates running P1 and P2. So it's going to be interesting to see how they race each other for the next few laps.
Yeah, we've seen this before. Whenever Parker and Darian race pretty good, and also the 23, you know, there are Toyotas right there, so they usually race each other fairly clean and hard. They don't like let each other just pull over and have it. You know, they actually race it out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Right now, Tallman's lead is starting to shrink just a little bit. It's down to .40 as it went down into the backstretch. I think Collins is a little bit faster on these long runs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, looks Parker. He's really starting to close in here.
Which is, it's nothing bad. Maybe it's a plan. He's trying to save something, save gas or save his tires. It's down to .1. Well, it's back to .19 now, but things can change. This track is going to continue changing. And we have a caution on the racetrack.
Throughout the course of that last run, did you see
We'll
any
see
rubber
if we
laying
can see
down at all?
anybody slow out on the racetrack. I see Keith moving along, so that's really good for him. Looks like Darian was a little slow. It's Parker's teammate. So this happened right behind Keith falling here. I'm not sure if that was net code or if the 87 really did get into the 45. But either way, the 45 went around and hit the inside wall there.
Yeah, it's a little bad for him, but I think they, according to what I'm hearing on radio, 87 calls caution. But we're going to talk to the man that's going to be restarting on the lead lap. Maybe Keith can come up here and talk to us now that he's going to be on the lead lap and get his opinions on some stuff. Hey, Keith, it's me and John up in the booth. How you doing, man?
Doing good. How you doing?
Doing great, man. You're back on the lead lap. You survived everything so far. So what's the plan going forward?
Oh, well, gotta take it easy. Don't have that fast repair, so don't have that in my pocket anymore. But I'm gonna start working my way to the front and see what happens.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, man, for stopping by with us. Keep on keeping on.
All right, appreciate it.
You too, man.
All right.
That was the 09 Keith falling back on the lead lap here at Indy. He will take the lucky dog around, and he will be the 16th car on the lead lap. Only car that will be off the lap at this point is Shell in the A car. He's 14 laps down with 2 cars still out of the race.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Keith can do since he's back on the lead lap. He needed that. He got a lucky break. He went 2 laps down, blew an engine earlier, and used up his fast repair, but he does not have any left for tonight's race, but he is back on the lead lap.
Absolutely. He's going to take the wave around, and hopefully he'll get the lucky dog this time by. He'll be able to pass the pace car, which he just drove through the pace car, which that's okay. I know Nick is going to be okay with that, so. I think Keith is going to be a threat tonight. He was up there earlier. He led a few laps. Now that he's back on the lead lap, he's going to go back out there with the mindset of, I can get back up there, and I'm going to drive these wheels off until it falls off. So.
Yeah, I got a little bit of mixed bag on the pit road. Some guys taking 2, some guys taking 4, and sometimes some guys taking gas only.
Interesting. Well, the guys who took no gas, sounds like they're going to have a decent restart this time by, so. We're going to go ahead and run your top 5 as it stands. It's going to be Collins, Tallman, Bullock, Batby, and Hoots. Hoots was up there with Batby earlier battling. P6 Compton, P7 is going to be Clark. P8 is going to be Schilling. P9 is going to be Brozeker. P10 is going to be Compton, one of the brothers, I think. Yeah, the other brother. P11 is going to be Carroll. P12 is going to be Wilson. P13 is going to be Stop. P14 Benslow. P15 Godwin. And P16 is going to be Fallen, who just got back on the lead lap. P17 is Shell, that is now 13 laps down. Medina and Montevilla both out of the race tonight.
Still a pretty good sized field. Anybody can win this race. It's gonna take bad luck for some of these other guys to lose this race. You know, like Parker Collins, he's been up front. Tallman, he's been up front. So they need something bad for them to not finish inside the top 5.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see who took no tires, who took the 2, who took the 4. Honestly, if this was me, I would have went in, took the 4 tires. Be safe than sorry, if you know what I mean, because you don't want to take no tires and you just start dropping like a rock, and then let's say someone who took 2 or 4 tires is behind you, and you kind of just lose that speed and you get in their way and they kind of just full send you. We don't want to see that. We're trying to enjoy the race. This has actually been the most enjoyable race I've seen so far. I came from the virtual track side in Las Vegas getting ready for next week's race, not the Fontana race for the truck series I do. But talking to those boys, and we were talking pre-race strategies for Indianapolis. I think it's going to be a tire wear race. I think it's going to be a gas mileage race. I think it's going to be more or less tires. So.
Yeah, I joined the Xfinity series for this league on Saturday night, so we race here tomorrow night, and I'm kind of learning and watching, what these guys are having to go through. Our Xfinity race is not near as long as the Cup races, but still got talented drivers out there that's trying to win. Broadcasting and watching goes hand in hand. You can learn while what you're doing before tomorrow night's race.
Absolutely. I think we might have a few Cup drivers in that Xfinity series. I didn't really look at the Xfinity series drivers lineup. That's what I was trying to say. But the pace car lights are off as we head back into 3 and 4. Collins and Tallman, I've been calling him Tillman all night. Tallman will lead them back to the green. Collins will be the control car. So.
Green flag is back out.
Green flag
again.
Tallman and Collins dead even as they go into 1, but Collins is going to get the bare minimum over him. 23 is going to be challenging back on the outside.
Yeah, we know Tallman's quick. Might be he's also up here, and Kevin Bullock, these top 4, top 5 guys are all right here. Meanwhile, further on back, we got Bledsoe going down to the apron. They went like 4 wide, it looked like right there.
It is feeding time at the Indianapolis Zoo. They've got the Tigers. The Tigers are on the loose. The leaders are battling each other. I hope you got your soda, got your popcorn, got your hot dog, pizza, whatever you got. Because this is the moment you want to tune in for, because the leaders, everyone it's a new page, and we're getting ready to see what happens.
Parker fighting back on the inside, and now they switch positions. Here comes Tom, and he takes that inside line away.
Yeah, the inside lane's been more dominant tonight, as we've seen when it's passing. Nobody can pass on that outside lane. But it looks like the 54 and the 24... Correction, got ahead of myself. Batby's going to try to get a little bit of draft off the leader. Everybody behind him, they're going 3 wide. It's getting crazy.
And here comes Compton in the 81, giving Batby a push down here in turns 2, 3. Coming out of... Yeah. Oh, I thought Compton was going to take a 4 wide, 3 wide, and here comes his brother Nick in the 80 car.
Where did he come from? It's getting wild in Indianapolis, ladies and gentlemen. The 23 is going to try to get a draft. The 80 is going to try to push him. It's going to be a wild race to the lap line. Collins might be leading that lap.
Yeah, it's kind of too close to Tall. We got Tom and Parker on the front row, and then the Compton boys in row 2. Is Nick's trying to stick a sneak peek?
Sneak peek didn't work. 23 and them still battling up there. The 54 is going to take it, but the 23 is still hanging tough. 54 is going to drop down, try to put a block on him.
Oh, contact between the 23 and the 80. That's going to allow the 81 to close in. Oh, and contact between the two Compton boys, and Zach gets in the grass, and he's going to lose a few positions here. And now they're wrecking.
And there's a major wreck.
Compton is around. Hoots is around.
Yeah, they're both.
Clark is around. We got a demolition derby on the French stretch.
Ring the dinner bell, and I think most of us up here in the broadcast booth, we lost our drinks. I think the poor kids in front of me down one story, just got covered in Coca-Cola, and I apologize to them. So, Bully's a little upset over radio with everybody.
Wow. I didn't realize that we was watching a demolition derby on the French stretch. If I knew we was going to have a demo derby, I would have brought my car out.
you ain't the only one. It gives me flashbacks to Talladega Arca. That's what it just gave me when I seen all that.
A lot of good race cars all torn up here.
Let's go ahead and hop in the replay booth and see what happened.
See if we can dissect this thing. It started with Zach Compton getting down on the grass there by his brother. That was just racing. Then Zach comes back onto the racetrack. Let's see if we can get a better view of Zach's view here.
I'd say you have to ride on board with him for that view.
Yeah, that's what we're going to switch to. And riding on board with Zach, and he gets hit from behind, hits the wall.
I hope our cameraman's okay down there. We do have a cameraman in that little alleyway, so we're gonna check on little check on Johnny down there, make sure he's good.
You know, let's ride on with Keith. I think he may have gotten a little bit of damage from it, but it could have been so much worse for him. Riding on board with Keith falling in the 09 real quick. Coming out of 4, he's off the gas, on the brakes, hits the 48 just a little, misses the most cars for the most part, and really no place to go for that car he's trying to avoid, and hits the wall. He got pretty lucky. That's just going to be optional repairs for him.
Yeah, just looking back at it, I hope I went back far enough. I don't know if I did. No, yeah, I did. It just became a 495 pile up right there, ladies and gentlemen. Technically, he didn't hit no one. So, wait. Yeah, he did. Right side on the wall. Left side on the wall. But, he made it through. He's running P7 now at the time of the caution. So, he made his charge back up, so. And he did pit. He's coming off pit road now. So we got, I think we got another car that joined the pit party behind the garage. Wilson has now pulled his car behind the wall. He is now the third car out of this race. Shell is still 14 laps down.
That's unfortunate for some of these guys that's already used their fast repair and don't have any left.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting how race control is going to be issuing penalties tonight. So a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct going over the drivers and drivers RTO that I can hear. So but the lights are out on top of the pace car this time by, I think, because it looked like it. It was in the shade. I'm going to have to watch the camera back for what I'm seeing. Yeah, lights are off on top of the pace car. It's going to be Collins, Compton, Tellman, Goodwin, and Bledsoe, your top 5 after the Demolition Derby wreck. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous that I didn't get invited to the demo derby. I mean, I haven't ran a car in like 10 plus years with my back, but man, that looked like a lot of fun. If that's what they were really doing, I know it wasn't.
I mean, maybe we can get Nick up here and ask him. Maybe Nick will tell us. I know he's next door to us in the officiant booth. Maybe we can get a word with him.
Yeah, we'll see if we can bring him in later. Let's get this going again and see if we can bug him here in a little bit.
I think we should. Test his mind a little bit. But lights are out on top of the pace cars. We're coming out of 3 into 4 right now. A lot of cars involved in that last wreck. So it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this field stacks up, because we know there's some drivers who have not wrecked and they still got the fastest pair in their pocket. Others who don't. But I think we're somewhere. I don't know where we're at. Pace car's going to make his left-hand turn down pit road. Collins is going to lead him to the green flag. We will be green on lap 72 here in Indy.
Still in stage 2. Here comes Parker to the inside of Compton. He's going to dive it hard down here in turn 1.
It's going to be a little bit interesting because Compton's going to try to go to the point. Parker's going to fight back, but we got a bunch of good cars behind him. That 7 car, Tyler Goodwin, where did he come from? That nice little car he's got right in there in 3rd. But he's going to catch the draft off the leader. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a fight at the OK Corral.
Compton's fighting back pretty hard on the outside, and he takes the lead here. Parker's going to fall back to 2nd.
Coming to the line, looks like Compton's going to have the lead, followed by Collins and Tallman. Those 3 have been around a lot here today, and we've been talking and praising some of these people. I think the one person in the field, I'm going to go ahead and praise him. The number 45, he's been hanging out there a little bit. He's been up there a few times. He's just driving a little clean. He's back there running P13 right now, so... P14, so...
These drivers are going about 162 miles per hour through these corners, and now they're starting to pick up speed once again. Nick's going to top out here about 175, 177, 178 now. Parker right behind him, though, is a little bit quicker. And Tallman, he's even faster yet. He got up to 191 there on that straightaway.
Well, the leader, Compton, Nicholas Compton, he did 182. That's what it said on the radar gun for me, so... I feel like, I don't know if Compton's wrecked, though. That's the funny part, because his car seems a little bit slower than, let's say, some of the people behind him. We got a battle for 2nd right now, almost. So, it looks like, yeah, but you got a battle for 2nd. Looks like, Shirley might be taking that spot away from him.
Yeah, Derek in that 87 car, he took 2nd spot away, and here comes Zachary Compton trying to take 3rd place away.
Well, what one brother is, another one's going to follow. And there it is, the "I'm here" quote.
Also coming back into the picture is Keith, who is starting to drive inside the top 10 here.
I mean, as he said, he's going to try to drive aggressive but keep the car clean. So, that's what he said his goal was tonight. And he did lead a few laps here. So maybe he can capitalize on that, lead a few more, and get a stage win.
Yeah, we're starting to get later here in stage 2 of the race. He's starting to put some pressure on Tallman here. You got a battle for the lead though between 87 and 80.
The brothers are battling. This gives me flashbacks to the Busch battle at Kentucky a few years ago. But it looks like the 87 is going to take it, but the 80 is going to be challenging on the inside going into 1.
Yeah, it's Schelling there on the 87. He's fighting pretty hard on the outside, and he's going to take that top spot away. Nick's not going to give up too easily. He's starting to fight back here.
Correction, I didn't mean to call the 87 and 80 brothers. Those 80 and 81. Sorry, 87. I didn't mean to do that to you. But the 87's currently just trying to outdrive the 80 and the 81 because once the brothers get together, what's going to happen. They're going to be racing and helping each other. So
Yeah, they raced for James Gurney Racing, or now they're 2-3, while Derek's starting to pull the lead away, and Keith following. They're sitting pretty in fourth.
got got a little bit of banter going on between two drivers, the 80 and I think the 87, if I'm correct. Yeah, 80 and it's 80 and 87. I'm not sure. Yeah, 80 and 87. They're back and forth talking. So that's what I like about leagues. You got people who like to bash each other, talk a little bit, but at the end of the race, whoever takes a checker, that's going to be the one with the biggest bragging rights tonight. So.
So up front, we got a Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Toyota. And here comes Compton. I thought so, but Derek, he went way down on that inside and tried to block that way Compton wouldn't have a run on him.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the 87 does to the 80. 80 is there. I think it's the 80. I might be calling him by the wrong number. 81, I keep talking about the brother behind him. 81 and 87 just keep trying to tease each other. It's a little bit of a tease. It's nothing too serious. But the 81 might be having the 87 going into 3 and 4. He's there. Can he get him to the line?
It's his left side tires on underneath that white line. Derek Schelling's going to pull away just a little bit. Let's see if the draft works in the favor for Zach. They're going down to turn 1 here.
Yeah, he's got about a .275 last time by across the line. .275 lead over Zachary. Back to the other Compton, Nicholas, is about .877. So that's about. It's not much. It's there, but it's there. So.
Yeah, one move I am a bit surprised about though is Parker Collins. He's fell back a little ways. It's unusual territory for him. He's stuck behind the 23 here.
Well, also, I think those were teammates. I think they're trying to help out each other. You know how it goes. But I think didn't he wreck earlier, or is he one of the cars that hasn't wrecked yet?
I can't tell you. I mean, we've seen so much carnage. I can't remember who's been involved and who hasn't.
True. We've only had 3 drivers go into the infield care center, and they've already been checked and released by our trustworthy AMR team here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Shell is still out there running though, so it's lucky. But a lot of good cars still in this race. I know we had a bunch of good cars caught up in the demolition derby style wreck, but it'll be okay. If your favorite driver wrecked, don't worry. We still got a lot of race ahead of us with we're working lap 80 right now. We're getting ready to go to lap 81.
So just about 10 laps left in stage 2.
Battle for the lead going on right now between Schilling and Compton. Compton's going to be on that outside lane. We've seen all night you can't pass on that outside lane. He's going to try to make it work going into 2 down the backstretch. Still hanging on there. He's going to lead now, hopefully. Yeah, he's leading now. So, new leader in Indy, Zachary Compton in the 81 car.
Yeah, that was a heads-up power move by Compton. They're taking that position away on the outside. Something we really haven't seen tonight. It's just so hard to pass on the outside.
Yeah, I think he may have used up a little bit of tires on that too, because we haven't seen many people passing on the outside lane. If you go back throughout the field, you'd see it. But looks like the 81's going to be trying to pull away.
You know, here he is leading in stage 2. Last week he won stage 2. Maybe stage 2 is his thing.
Maybe. You never know. Maybe it's a who knows. It's a grab bag at this point. You never know. Maybe he it's a bunch of maybes going this. I'm a realistic person. A lot of things can go wrong before the end of this stage. So, but he's got a little bit of a commanding lead right now. Last time by across the line it was 0.358, so it's doable for Schilling to get back up there and challenge him.
Yeah, I mean, if as long as he stays in the draft, I think he'll be fine.
Absolutely, and here comes the 87. He's got to run. What lane will he choose? Will he go inside? Will he go outside? Can't drive through him to pass him. They'll bring out the caution.
Yeah, I thought Derek was going to get closer to him than he did, but he's settling in there for second for the moment.
Yeah, I think he may have used up a little bit of his tires. He let him a chunk of this. So it's either he's trying to save his tires or he's trying to save just a little bit of Sunoco gas. But it's going to be a little bit of a distance back to Keith, who's now running P3. About 3 seconds, give or take. 2.936 last time by, so. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and ride with Keith. I know he's only 3 seconds back, but he said he was going to drive through the field. He went from being 1 lap down at the end of the stage to being on podium. If the race would end now, he'd be podium. But he's living up to his promises, as he said.
Yeah, it's a great drive here by Keith. Just pretty incredible. You know, he went 2 ups down, blew an engine, had to use fast repair. Talked to him a little while ago. He said that he'd like to drive up to the field, and here he is sitting in 3rd. He's got a stage break coming up. Then after that, he knows it's go time.
Yeah, Keith is a veteran. Veteran of the league. He knows what to expect. So don't count Keith out. Keith knows he has a few tricks up his sleeve. He's gonna be the old dog of the league right now. So.
Yeah, we just got about 4 laps left in stage 2. 3 guys out of the race. So be interesting to see what happens when we start stage 3 here. See what Keith can do. Like you said, he's one of the veteran guys. He knows what to do and how to manage his equipment.
Yeah, but we keep saying don't count certain drivers out. Don't count the 09 out. 09 has seen everything. He's seen rookie wrecks. He's seen just the craziest wreck. He survived the Indianapolis Carnage wreck on the front stretch. So.
See, Parker finally got around to 23 here. So that's going to move him up a position. Got a couple cars on pit road. 45 and the 3.
I think the 3 did something. I don't know what he did, but he'll be on pit road. We talked about the 45 machine. We talked about him a little bit. Something must have happened. He's 7 laps down now. But I try to talk about the underdogs. He was an underdog, so who else can we focus on? Let's talk about Tyler Goodwin a little bit. He was up there a little bit challenging for the lead earlier. He's currently running P11 in the field this time by. Anybody you keeping your eye on?
I mean, I like Coots. He's been aggressive. I like his driving style, but I just don't know what he can do to get up here. We got Nick Compton on pit road right before the stage closes, so it's a little bit of strategy here because he can stay out on the next stage 3 here.
Absolutely. So it's gonna be interesting. Getting ready to come can't get into hype mode yet because we're only on lap 87. But Compton's got a commanding 2-second lead over Fallen, and we keep talking Fallen. He has driven the wheels off his car like he said he was going to do when we brought him up here and talked to him during the stage break. So,
Yeah, it's pretty nice. He backed up his word. He said that he was going to do it, and you know, he proved himself. These guys should have enough fuel to make it to the end. As Bob Carroll is also on pit road in that 27 machine.
yeah, it's a... Yeah, I think he's trying to play the long ball because we know we got a few cars are going to be pitting this time by. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him going into the next stage. Coming down to 1 to go in this stage. Lap 89. Compton's still got a commanding lead over Fallen by 2 seconds back to Bullock. Schilling's about 4 seconds back. Collins is about 6 seconds back, and now round out your top 5 as Compton goes into 1 and 2.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Keith may be closing in just a little bit, but it's going to be too little too late for him on the stage 2 here.
Yeah, he's catching him a little bit. 2:29 down the backstretch. That's the interval. But as you said, it's too little too late. Compton's going to be entering 3 and 4. We don't talk about Compton that much. He's one of the brothers of the team he's on. But he's ran smooth. The first stage he ran smooth. Stage 2 he's going to be running smooth. Coming to the line, he's going to see the green checkers. Compton will be winning your stage 2.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring him up in the booth.
Real quick.
Pick his brain and see how he is going to hold up here for stage 3. Well, I say that, but I do not see the Compton boys in their Discord channel.
Well, let's pull Fallen up here. He's down there. We can't talk to Compton, sadly. So
Yeah, we could pull stage 2 second place driver in the booth once again.
Keith, it's me and John up in the booth. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
We're doing good. You lived up to your word. You ran back through the field. So what's your approach for stage 3 now?
I'll just keep trying to move forward. That's all I can do. Got a little bit of damage, so I'm a little worried about aero, but it's one of those things we're going to have to see how it goes.
Your car seems pretty fast. Oh, that is why we couldn't find Keith. I mean, Zach. He is in Milsim Racing Channel.
Yeah, he's in our channel.
Oh, I was looking at his channel. I'm like, where are they at? Okay.
Yeah, they're hanging out in our channel tonight.
All right, we're going to go ahead and bring in Zach then, and we'll let you go, and good luck.
All right, appreciate it.
Oops.
Hey, Zachary, it's John and CJ up in the booth. You got us?
Hey, John, CJ, how are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good. You won stage 2. You won stage 2 last week, so you must have a thing for stage 2 wins, huh?
Yeah, stage 1 just ain't really my cup of tea. Might as well do it before the race ends at least one time, right? But no, we were running pretty good, and luckily, I guess with that caution, unfortunately, and I guess people saved tires, and I just took my tires, so.
Yeah, do you got anything to hold off Keith here? He's been quick. He was 2 laps down, and here he is sitting in second.
Nah, he's probably driving mad. He's driving the wheels off that thing, so he'll probably be the car to hold off for sure. I only have one set of tires left, so I ain't gonna be able to hold off much people. But we'll see where we are. I mean, we still got 60 laps to go. So
Yeah, it's a lot of laps left though for one set of tires. Does that make you nervous or anything if we go into overtime or something?
Well, with this caution, currently I ain't gonna take tires, so we're gonna try to use these babies as much as we can.
Alright, so you'll fall like a rock here on start of stage 3 then.
Well, I'll probably come back to the pit for a little extra fuel, but
Yeah.
but yeah. But...
Alright, well we'll let you go then.
All right, man. You guys take it easy and have fun calling the race. So.
Thank
You
you.
too, man. Thank you. We just had a car spin out on pit road. I think that was the 47. He got sideways a little bit entering his pit stall.
Yeah, I was actually watching. That was the 87 of Derek Schelling. He backed up into his pit stall and was all sideways. And yeah, I'm lost for words. I'm not sure how you do that on pit road.
He's a little upset. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, he's a little upset. Something must have happened. He's been a little upset for the past 2 stages. So.
Yeah, he probably had help getting into his pit box then, and more help than he wanted.
Anyway, we're going to run you down through the field now since most of the field has pitted and or fallen, who is driven from 2 laps down to the lead. Keith is going to be your leader. Bullock's going to be your P2. Bullock's going to be P3. Schilling, well, that's all going to change. Schilling is no longer P4, I think. So.
Yeah, I was just watching his. I went back and watched the replays, watching his view, and he did get help getting into his pit box.
Yeah, and then he got driven through.
Zachary Compton's back on pit road. A bit of a surprise move. It's just going to be fuel only for him, as he was saying he only has 1 set of tires left.
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing he's going to be worried about, tires in case any more cautions come out. But running through your top of the field now, Fallen, who, like we said, he was 2 laps down entering stage 2. He has made his promise. Dues have been paid. He's now on the lead lap leading this race, which is probably the biggest comeback story of this race so far. Bullock's going to be P2, Batby P3, Beslow P4, Tallman's going to be P5, Compton P6, Collins P7, Hoots, Godwin, and Compton round out your top 10.
Yeah, the lights are off on the pace car, waiting to get the fuel dropped around here. Still got a few more drivers there on the lead lap that's coming around. We got 12 on the lead lap, it looks like.
You think we could pick Nick's brain now?
Yeah, we can try it and see how he's feeling up in the penalty booth. Not the penalty booth, but the race
Machine
control.
booth.
Hey Nick, it's John and CJ up in the booth. You got us?
Going on, guys?
How is the race control going for you?
It's going good. Been busy.
I like to tell. I mean, you guys had a demolition derby on the front stretch earlier. I was kind of jealous I didn't get invited to it, but hey, we got a race going on now.
Yeah. It's been fun.
I'm kind of jealous you didn't invite me either, although I'm a Class D driver. I would have fit right in with that.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm hearing over the radio, we got a lot of frustrated drivers. What's going on?
Yeah, it's just some leftover things from last season. You know how drivers get.
Yeah.
The rivalries form, and it's all good fun.
All right, Nick. Thank you for joining us in the booth, man. We're going to go ahead and let you go. So,
All right, guys.
thank you, buddy. Nick Alford is normally the number 22 when he's in racing. He's your current flagman, penalty waiver. But we got it Fallen driving the wheels off, heading back down into 1 and 2. Fallen is leading a little bit. Bullock's going to be trying to catch him, only 0.24 behind, going back into 3 and 4 at this time.
Yeah, here's a great shot of Kevin's car. You can see how close he is to Keith up here. had Batby get underneath Kevin actually off corner exit of turn 2 and got loose. He was able to save it. Now they're going to turn 3 here.
Absolutely, and we're gonna keep praising Keith. He's living up to his words. Maybe he can walk out of Indy the winner tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see how everybody's getting a little frisky behind the leaders, but that's normal. But the 62 is going to try to push the 09 for the lead in turn 1.
Yeah, the 62 is right there. He's underneath the 09, and here comes the 89 of Batby. He's been strong. He led our laps early on, and here he is inside the top 5 once again, knocking on the door for second place. And here comes Tommen in the 23 car.
23 trying to mix it up a little bit along with the 89 and the 62. We got a 4-way battle for the lead. Keith is going to have to drive the wheels off to keep everybody behind him at bay.
Yeah, that's one thing you kind of don't want to do, though, is use up your tires. I mean, it's so easy to do here whenever you're trying to hold these guys off and be aggressive. And everybody knows that track position is so important here. Clean air versus dirty air is pretty huge here, and it's just like on iRacing. You want to have that clean air to help your car out better.
And everybody's currently single file behind Keith. Keith's still trying to play a little bit of defense. Can't play much offense because you got to try to focus on the road in front of him and also try to keep Batsby at bay.
Yeah, you got the 24, the first car down low, looking at past the 42 here, and takes that position away. And here comes Batby looking low on Fallen as they go into turn 3 here.
Into turn 3 and 4, looks like we have a new leader, Matthew Batby, to the point. Keith's starting to fall off as the 23, but Alex Tallman's going to go by on the inside. And another car, he's starting to drop like a rock.
Yeah, and here comes Parker Collins looking to take third spot away. Keith is stuck on that outside line. It's kind of like a Daytona, Talladega, Martinsville. If you're the only car on the outside and have no help, you're going to fall to the back.
Absolutely, and right now, all Batsy's got to do is try to drive. Some of these teams have already used majority of their tires. I know Compton said he's got one thing of tires left for his car. It's gonna be funny or serious to see how well Batby, Tallman, and Fallen all approach this stage over the next few laps.
Yeah, Keith is fighting back pretty hard though against Parker. They're battles for third here, and finally Parker gets around Keith, and Keith didn't let him have it too easily. He's gonna see if he can fight back here. And we got Bledsoe, Hoots, and Bullock all right there, right behind Fallen, fighting for that position.
Absolutely, and we got some good battles going on around the track. I know we're just focusing on the ones in the front, but we can't forget our friends in the back end, right? Let's take a look back. I take that back. There's no good battles in the back. I was going to go look back at Goodwin. Goodwin's still running smooth as I keep talking about him over the past few laps.
Oh, contact 24. He goes in the wall, hits the inside wall, and so does Kevin Bullock. He bounces off that guardrail. It's going to bring a caution out.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our caution flag. That is our 9th caution of the night. I think there's going to be more tempers flaring from that. The 24 has ran very well all night. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of tempers flare between the two cars that wrecked out. So.
Yeah, Kevin is not happy with the 24 all over the back bumper. It's one of those racing deals, and it spins him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tempers flare, and I am sure that there will be penalties.
Oh my! That was retaliatory right there, ladies and gentlemen. 24 just got dumped on the front stretch.
Yeah, there'll be penalties handed out after that, I'm sure.
Probably more than just penalties. I think for that stunt, he should be parked for the rest of the race. That is just uncalled for. The bumper tap going out of 3 and 4 on the access road, that's okay. But dumping him after the caution came out, that's a little excessive. So.
Yeah, then you got Kevin spinning out again on the access road.
It's not a good night for Kevin. I feel bad for Kevin. He won stage 1, but it's I feel bad for him. That's all I can say. But we're gonna have a few cars going into pit road at this time. So it looks like majority of the leaders, one of them stayed out, dipped out the last second. So
Bledsoe decided to stay out, and we also have a cone out on the racetrack. There it goes back into its fashion, but Bledsoe decides to stay out.
yeah, and listening just to the RTO or the radio traffic, both drivers are unhappy with each other. It's going to be interesting to see what else happens throughout this race. Roughly 40 something laps to go. I'm guessing 48, 47 laps to go. We're at 101 right now under caution. So it's going to be interesting to see what else happens throughout the rest of this race.
Yeah, we got about 48, 49 laps left in tonight's race. I know these guys are anxious to get it over with. Bad blood between a couple of drivers now. Rivalries starting to heat up. The officials are going to have their hands full after this race and separating to see what happened and handing out those stiff penalties. That's one thing I don't miss of being an owner. Like, I used to own a couple of these. I owned Moonshine Racing like over on PS4 back in the day, and yeah, that's just one thing I don't miss was the politics side and handing out the penalties. It's then you got drivers who want to argue with you, and I'd just rather drive nowadays.
And just to remind all of our viewers watching, this is all virtual. This ain't real. So at the end of the week, there's going to be people mad at each other going into Friday and Saturday's events and Sunday with the real NASCAR race at Fontana. It's going to be interesting because everybody thinks, oh, this is just a game. It's a simulator. It's not a game. But tempers are still going to flare. It's going to carry over to the next race, which it's going to be interesting to see what happens at Bristol, especially on the dirt track version of it. We're going to see some of these drivers first time on the dirt, or it's going to be a second time on the dirt, depending on if you've ran it previously or so on and so forth. So we got a few more cars on pit road at this time, but pace cars going to be going back into one.
Yeah, you can see Bledsoe, he finally came down pit road and got service done. So, and if he brought some more cars with him, Keith Fallen came down pit road once again, and lights are on the pace car currently, so we got another pace stop or two to do.
Yeah, and our infield garage party is starting to pick up just a little bit. Bullock is now out of the race. Carroll is out, Brosker's out, Wilson's out, Medina's out, and now Monteville is still out. So about 4 or 5 cars out of this race. Still got about 15 cars still in the race. So
this race is still anybody's to win or lose. The 7, we haven't really talked about him all night, and here he is inside the top 10.
it's going to be interesting. Pace cars lights still on. We're going to be working lap 103 under caution. We're going to probably go green back under 104. Yeah, so we had Demolition Derby wreck in stage 2. We had someone get taken to the garbage can in this stage. What else do you think we'll see in this stage? You still got your bingo card out?
I mean, this field is starting to shrink. We see it time and time again. The longer these races these guys seem to drop off. I think it's going to stay green. I mean, I've been saying that, but this field has shrunk incredibly since the start of the race.
I will agree with you there. Pace lights out on top of the pace car going back into 1 and 2. I feel like we're going to see a few more. I feel like we're going to see another wreck between the two cars that got into each other because you just can't bury the shovel over that. No, it's going to be a talking point throughout the rest of this race, so it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, and the 24 is on the racetrack, but I do not see Kevin anywhere. Looking back through the field. Yeah, I don't see Kevin at all.
I think Kevin is behind the wall. I'm not sure. So he'll be our 7th car out of the race. He was running P12. Is he still in Discord? No, he is not. But the pace car is going to be making its left-hand turn down the pit road. 24 is going to be following the pace car in, but we are green flag, back in Indy.
Pace car is out. Looks like Batby's going to be a race leader here, and Collins is going to be in second. I'm in third here as they go into turn 1.
Field's starting to shrink a little bit, but normally when you shrink, you don't got your drafting dancing partners anymore.
Yeah, as this race winds down, you lose less friends. It's kind of like at Daytona and Talladega. You're going to work with each other for so long, then it's on your own, and this is one of those places.
Yeah, we got about, what, 15 or 16 cars left in this field after starting with 19, I'm sure. But right now, Bad B's in control of everything, and he's going to lead them back down to the line.
Yeah, they're about to start the cross finish line here. We got Bledsoe sneaking on the pit road now. The top 5 single file as they just crossed the start finish line.
Back into 1, Bad B in full control. We got a car trying to go on the outside lane, as we talked about in this race. The outside lane isn't your partner tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But they're trying to make it work. Like we all said, there's now on the cameras you can see there's a little bit of rubber on the track. That might help you on the outside lane. Not much, but it might just help you.
Yeah, I mean, the outside lane some people can make it work and some people can't. You see Derek there, he's trying. He's got the 23 on the inside of him, but yeah, Derek, he was trying to make that outside work. I find it tough at this place, but some people can do it better than others.
Yeah, there's plenty of people, and not just us as amateurs. It's all across the board. It's the Road to Pro, the E-Cola Series, and you got the real NASCAR people who run these tracks quite frequently. And I think if you talk to any of them, passing on the outside is going to be literally the hardest thing you can do here, because you got the wall that comes up quickly, so you got to try to watch yourself, also watch the wall. So.
Yeah, you got the 7 car Goodwin. He went way down to the inside next to that white line, and he's going to come back up here and sneak right in front of the 23 car.
I think that's the highest he's been tonight, if I'm correct. P6. He's been one of the quiet ones. He hasn't been involved in much. So, yeah.
Which we know, for the viewers watching, we know that these guys, it's just like real life. They're going to get mad at each other. I've been mad whenever I was in racing. I got taken out here at Indianapolis. I was the leader, got taken out turn 3, and I got mad. I mean, gaming, console, it's different than similar. Similar is more realistic, but either way, you still get frustrated with your guys you're racing against.
Yeah, absolutely. Tempers are going to blow over. Doesn't matter if it's an intermediate track, a super speedway, a road course, or whatever you're on. Tempers are still bound to flare. You're going to have a person dropping the F-bomb. Something's going to go wrong. They're going to blame it on someone. But at the end of the day, I think we're all here to have fun, and I think some drivers need to hear that, and that's just coming from my point of view. So.
Well, right now we got 9 guys on the lead lap. Bledsoe, the first car, a lap down. Hoots is also a lap down. Bullock, Shell, Caro, Stoff, Brosker, Wilson, Medina, and Monteville are either out of the race or 12 laps down or more.
Yeah, I think Stop is the one we tried to talk to you about earlier. I think at this point he's just trying to ride around, or he might have too much damage to return to the track at this point. So, but right now the leaders are down the backstretch, 0.80 lead on top of Collins from Badby. But further back in the field, you got Collins, Goodwin, Compton, Schilling, and Tillman running at top 5. Top 5 and 6. Fallon's, Keith is about 7 seconds behind, so it's about a turn and straightaway from him to the leaders right now.
That's right, and we just saw it looked like Nick Compton possibly bounced off that wall on the front stretch. It looked like it. If he did, it's gonna really hurt his momentum.
Absolutely. Anything on the front side along that wheel well, it's going to probably end up either A, roading a tire, and then that's going to decrease your front right tire. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Tyler Goodwin, a rookie for season 2, didn't race in season 1, so he's a rookie for season 2, and he here sits in 3rd place, while the other rookie of Bat Bay is your leader. So the rookies are really doing really phenomenal tonight.
Absolutely. Maybe get that first win in the books for the rookies. Score one up for them on top of all the veterans in the field. But it's going to be interesting to see once Goodwin can get past Collins, see how the two rookies will race each other, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because they both want their first win of the league. We all know how that feels, getting the first win. It's definitely something special and something you'll never forget.
Oh yeah, getting your first win either in a league or if you're new to iRacing and you're getting into one of these NPR races, get your first win, and it's kind of a get the monkey off your back. I know I went 48 career starts without my first win. I got my first win in an ARCA Bristol race, and that was the most behind my marriage date to my ex-wife and my 2 kids being born. That was probably the 3rd or 4th most nerve-wracking day in my life. So.
Yeah, I remember my first one here on iRacing. It came out of Street Stocks at USA International, and you know, I don't win very often. Like in the official races, I struggle sometimes. Like at Auto Club, I raced there Monday night. I was actually off Monday night, and I raced there. That track is so bouncy on the backstretch. So I went from I started 3rd, and I ended up finishing 17th or 18th.
Yeah, Auto Club's known to have a bouncy trampoline like going down the backstretch. But right now, just focusing back, we're getting on divergent. But your top 5 as of right now, it's Badby, Collins, Goodwin, Tallman, and Schilling and Compton, followed by Keith, Brian, and Zachary, rounding out the rest of the line. Here we got. It's good racing, though. I will say that.
Yeah, these top 3 guys are keeping it pretty close here. I expect green flag pit stops, definitely in this 3rd stage. This field is pretty far spread out as we got Parker Collins looking to the inside of Batby, but really no place to go right now.
Yeah, he just basically shut the door on him. Goodwin's still trying to get past Collins, and we know Collins is going to drive for his life, being the veteran between the 2 rookies. So it's going to be interesting to see once we get to green flag pit stops what's going to happen. So.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's green flag pit stops is going to be a major thing. What do you do to take the lead or keep the lead? As we see the 7 car get the outside wall there. But what do? You know, what kind of strategy are you thinking about doing here?
So me personally, if I was running this, I'd probably end up, because depending on how long they've been on the lap, tires, because we had cars that pitted and cars that didn't pit, if you do recall. For the cars who didn't pit, depending on how many tires they have left, I'd go with the four Goodyear Eagle tires and a splash of gas, because you know this is going to be a long-term race. It's going to come down to tire wear and also how much fuel we got left in the tank. I know I said it was going to be a tire wear race. It's now going to be a mixture of tire wear and fuel wear, because this track is big. You could run out of gas on the backstretch and probably coast it to the finish line. But it depends on what else everyone behind you's got, so...
I think if I'm Parker or even Goodwin here in third, I am thinking about taking 2 tires if you have any. I mean, if you kept an eye on your left side tires all night and saw that they didn't wear as bad as your right sides, why not take a chance?
Absolutely, and we're not in Vegas yet, so we can't say roll the dice. But at the end of this, you want to be the one kissing the bricks. That's the goal of this race. So we had our Kevin, who won the crown jewel of the season, which is the Daytona season opener. He is going to be DNFing tonight. Back in, I think it's showing him 13th on the board. But yeah, it's more than that. But Bad B's been in control all night. Collins has been up there. Goodwin, this is about as high as he's been. I think the highest he's been was 6 prior to this. Keith, he said he was going to try to drive the wheels off of it. He's running P6 right now. The Compton brothers both are running P6 and P8, if I'm correct. Yeah, P6 and P9, sorry. So it's going to be interesting to see what factors come into this. Who's going to walk out a winner tonight here in Indy?
Yeah, we still got plenty of hops left though to figure this all out. Waiting on the green flag pit stops, we know that we'll have them. These guys can't go the full distance here without pitting.
Yeah, you're going to need to take a pit stop, get either tires, gas, or both. So it's going to be interesting to see what these drivers select. We're not in the car with them. We can't tell them what to do. They've got their game plans. They've been writing up all week with practices. They've been here all week. So just looking back at where we started tonight's race. So for gridding, Badby was P5, Collins was P1, and Godwin was P19. So Godwin has overcame a lot this race. Nothing to be ashamed of so far.
See,
as we get around Hoots.
Yeah, pitting Hoots another lap down. Godwin lost a little bit of position trying to maneuver around the 24, but he's able to gain it back here in the draft.
Oh yeah, and I think Goodwin's going to be trying to pass Collins here on the front stretch going into 1. If he can get that draft just right and stick that nose out like on the inside, because he's trying to use it outside and he just touched the wall again. But going back into, I would try to stay as close as you can, because sooner or later you know Collins is going to overdrive one corner. And as soon as he overdrives that one corner, you want to be the guy that wants to jump in and claim that mistake, you know?
Yeah, one thing we're going to look at is right on board with Collins here. He's riding on board with Goodwin earlier, so we're going to go ahead and ride with Collins to see about his tire wear. You can kind of see it, how much out of throttle he is on these turns, and when he gets back in the turn, he gets his left sides down on those bricks. It gets a little loose.
Just a little bit. It's not something to snuff at, but he's doing the best he can between the 2 rookies. One rookie's pulling from him, and we got a caution on the speed.
That's a bit surprising. I didn't think we'd see another caution. See if I can see it anywhere.
Sounds like the 24 did something.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but that's going to re-rack everything and put these guys that were 4th or 5th on back right back into this race.
sounds like the 24 has been having a lot of issues. Maybe we can see what's wrong and pick his brain a little bit. I know he's a few laps down right now, so 2 down according to the books. So
let's bring in Matthew Batby, the race leader.
sounds good to me.
Hey, Batby, it's John and CJ up in the booth. You got us.
He didn't want to talk to us.
I guess not. That is all right.
Goodwin ain't in the challenge either.
Well, if you got tires, I'd come and get them. We know Compton has a set of tires left, Zachary Compton, so I'd come and get that last set now.
Yeah, that's what I would be doing, but it's going to be interesting because I don't know how many laps we got left. I'm horrible at doing math. We're going to be doing 120 this time by under caution. So I'm thinking we got 30 laps to go in this race.
Yes, 30 laps left. They should be able to make it on 30 laps on fuel and tires.
You should be able to. It looks like we got a bunch of people coming to pit road. Who's going to stay out? Who's going to be the one to roll the dice here in Indy tonight? Majority of the leaders have stayed out, so.
Batby, Collins, Zilling, Compton, Park, they're all in on pit road.
The only car that's looking to roll the dice right now is Nicholas Shell, the number 8 car.
Well, the 7 car is the first one off pit road. The 8 car is plenty of laps down yet.
True, you got a point. He's 11 laps down. I think he's trying to gain one of the laps back via wave round, if I'm positive.
So let's go and hand the lead over to Goodwin.
You mean Goodwin?
Yes, Goodwin.
It's okay. We haven't. I promise people we haven't gotten into the beer casings up here in the booth yet. That is, we were told by race officials to leave that alone. That's not ours. So.
Don't know. I kept on wanting to say Goodwin for a bit. Anyway, let's see if we can bring him into the booth. I'm not seeing him anywhere. So Keith Follin's going to come back down pit road. I'm sure he's just going to get fuel only. Top it up with fuel, so we can kind of reset this thing. At least the top 5 is going to be Goodwin. First, second is going to be Collins. Third, Batby. Fourth is Thomas. Fifth is Compton. Sixth is going to be Sealing. Seventh, it's showing Fallon, but he's on pit road. But those are your top 5 or 6 guys who's looking to make a mark.
Yeah, I know we've been praising Goodwin a lot tonight. He's driven really smooth. If you would have told me he would have been leading in stage 3 at 121 with about 29 laps to go, I think I would have questioned you just a little bit. But Goodwin has raced the race that he needs to, and he needs to continue racing the race. Needs to put his foot down on the pedal once we get back to green flag.
The lights are off on the pace car, and it is going to be Goodwin and Collins on the front row.
So here's what I'm thinking. So Goodwin, I don't know if he's on a team, but you got Collins and Tailman, the 54 and 23 who are on teams. Do you think Badby's going to help out Goodwin since he's a rookie? Or
Yeah, I mean, you got Chevy on the inside, Toyota on the outside. And your first Ford there is the 81 of Compton.
pace car is going to be making his left-hand turn across the 7's nose. We are going back to green flag racing here in Indianapolis. Goodwin's going to lead him to green.
Green flag.
Green flag is back out. Zachary Compton's already sticking his nose on that inside. Going to stay in line though.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because we got the Chevy on the inside, Toyota on the outside. It's going to be a manufacturer drag race. Oh no!
Yellow,
That's a
yellow.
wreck. Major wreck in the backstretch. Goodwin goes around. Caution flag will fly from Indianapolis. Goodwin just got a little loose right there beside the Toyotas.
See, he's got Collins on his outside. I think Collins got loose first and then got back in Goodwin.
Absolutely, and it's a shame for Goodwin. I know we were talking well about him. He went for a frisbee disc throw. Keith made it through, so
Going right on board with Parker here. Collins does get loose. Yeah, that's just a racing incident.
yeah, Parker got loose. You could tell as he was going into the 1 and 2, he got turned a little bit, and then the 7 just went across his nose, and that's all she wrote.
I think he was trying to do that Tokyo Drift style racing. Let that rear end hang out and keep it in the throttle. Could be wrong though. Either way, Batby's going to be a race leader right now.
Badby been driving the wheels off all night on top of his Chevy Camaro. So
I don't think that's going to hurt Parker too much. He's going to showing him second here on the scoring monitor. He's going to have a little bit of damage. He's probably going to come in to get that optional repair taken care of. And you can see him. He's right there on the pit road coming in.
there was nowhere for Parker to go during that, and it was a chain reaction event. Racing event turned into a chain reaction.
Yeah, he's actually got more damage than I thought he does. His rear end is jacked up a little bit on the right side.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it is. I think he has a fast repair, though, so that's going to help him a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he saved it, so I'm pretty sure he did. I don't think he used it at all tonight, so that should help him quite a bit tonight as he gets rolling here and gets that car taken care of. Looks like brand new right now. So yeah, he did use that fast repair.
Yeah, it looks like Goodwin's going to be joining the pit party behind the fence as it stands right now. So the cars that are currently out of the race, who've already packed their cars and crews up and kind of took the long way out of Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Montville, Medina, Wilson, Berseeker, Curl, Bullock, and now Godwin's now behind the wall.
Yeah.
Kind of sad seeing Godwin go behind the wall, though.
Yeah, Goodwin, it's really unfortunate on his part. He's hanging inside the top 3, finally got the lead on that last restart by taking fuel only on during the latest round of pit stops, and he gets taken out here late in the race.
Yeah, I think everybody was gonna write off Goodwin, and this was his race to win. But I guess rookie mistake caught the best of him tonight. So the all the teams that are out, they get to focus on Bristol Dirt next week.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that that 7 car is not on Discord. I'd bring him into the booth, but yeah, it sucks that, you know, we can't bring these guys in, but maybe we can do an interview later on next week if they decide to get in Discord.
Yeah, maybe. But as it stands right now, with the lights off the top of the pace car, we got Batby, got the Compton brothers P2 and 3, Tallman's going to be 4, P5 showing, Collins is P6, Bedslow P7, Clark P8, Fallen back up into where he needs to be, P9, still showing good with P10, Hoots is going to be P11, Shell's going to be P12, 11 laps down, Bullock, Carroll are P13 and 14, they're behind the wall, P15 is stopped. He is 47 laps down. P16 through P19, they are out of the race. Boziker, Wilson, Medina, and Monteville.
We got about 24 laps left whenever we get this race restarted. I kind of like Zachary Compton now. 24, I picked him to be that guy who I thought would win, but now it's either, I think it's going to be down to the Batby or Zachary Compton here, the 2 on the front row.
Absolutely. It's going to be an 89-81 drag race to the line. But the pace car is going to be making his left-hand turn to lead us back down to the green. Batby is going to lead him to the green. Here we go. Green flag racing from Indianapolis again.
Green flag.
Yeah, great restart there for Batby. He's going to drive it pretty well on the inside, and Zachary Compton's just going to follow suit. Stay right behind him here in turn 1.
1 and 2. Looks like Batby's going to try to do what he's been doing all night. Drive off. He's got 24 laps between him and a victory gate with the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting to see if the 81 can try to run him down.
Yeah, and Paulman's actually putting some pressure on Compton right now, starting to, and as you're going to turn 3 here, and Batby's starting to pull away just ever so slightly, and you can actually see the sun is starting to set here in Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of the issue here now with the sun setting over in turns, I think it's 3 and 4, because the front stretch is now completely in shade. You're gonna be dealing with drivers battling the sun. So also with all that, let's say a wreck happens over there, it's gonna be blinding light, and also you're gonna have smoke. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, the sun is definitely starting to set here in turns 3 and 4. You can see the front stretch 1 through 2 is shaded, while the back stretch is all sunny and beautiful skies here. So that's a challenge that these drivers are going to face here when they go into turn 3 and 4. They're going to be looking at that bright sun.
And I know we've been talking about the weather. The track temperature and both the temperature of the track has dropped dramatically. It's 69 air temperature. Track temperature is now 75. So these cars are going to start tightening up.
Caution, we got trouble. We got a wreck on the front straightaway. We got Nick Compton going around it upside down on his hood.
Very difficult official this week, so make sure we're minding our P's and Q's.
That car is ultimately destroyed.
It looks like a modified car now.
It sounds like the 87 is going to be parking it at this time. But I'm going to go back 1 lap to lap 127, and we're going to try to see what happens here. Him and the 87 were trading a little bit of paint. So down the backstretch, the 80 has a little bit of a breakaway from the 87. So going into 3 and 4, looking at it, he's dealing with the sun also. So
they're coming out of 3, going into 4 here. I'm riding on board with the 87.
Oh yeah, the 80 got took into the dump. So
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was net code or if it was that done on purpose. I'm really not sure. I mean,
I don't know. Do we get the 80 car that we can talk to, or?
yeah, we can see if we can bring him on in. It's too close to call right there, and it's really unfortunate for Nick. But you got pit stops coming up though, as Batby's on pit road. So,
Just looking at it, the 80 he had to take his hands off the wheel or he was going to break both of his hands. Because the way that car jerked through the air, he would have had a lot of broken bones, realistically.
yeah, those guys, I remember back in 2010, 2011, whatever time area that was, Danica Patrick started all that, and since then, I think most guys take their hands off the wheel now whenever they wreck or hit the wall.
Oh yeah, most of them do, and then you got some that are just gonna try to hold it there, but 9 times out of 10 it'll snap to one direction. So
Yeah, you end up breaking your wrist. So I think that was a smart move that Danica Patrick done back in her day of NASCAR racing. We all have our opinions about her, but either way, I think that was a nice smart move on her part.
absolutely. Looks like Compton's still on the track right now.
Yeah, he actually used a fast repair.
Oh well, then he should be fine.
Yep, his car no longer looks like a modified NASCAR.
87 is parking his vehicle. Looks like it sounds on the radio. Maybe we could talk to the 87, get his opinion.
Yeah, we could see. Try to see if I can find him on Discord real quick.
He's in the HTG gaming channel.
Yeah, I just gotta get down there to it.
Hey, Derek, it's CJ and John up in the booth. How you feeling, man?
All right, how you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing okay, man. We know it's a little bit of a heartache for you tonight. You've been in 2 different accidents. What's going on? Can you tell us how you feeling?
Well, kind of upset with Compton early on in the race, constantly tagging me in the rear, going into turns. Just kind of annoyed with it. Nothing I can do about it. Nothing retaliation wise. I was honestly just trying to side draft there and just screwed up. Got too close and turned him. I apologize, but nothing I can do about it now.
It's just part of hard racing, you know. People want to side draft, and sometimes that's the mistake that happens with the side drafting.
Yeah, it happens. I hate that I'm the one that made that error in judgment because I don't like to wreck people and dump people for any kind of position. I think I've proven that numerous times to a lot of guys that I run with, but you know, some people are okay with moving people out of their way in the middle of a corner early on in a race, and it's kind of aggravating.
Well, next week we move to Bristol on dirt, so that would be a fun race to be in.
If I was any good at dirt, it'd be awesome. I suck at dirt more than I suck at these big intermediates.
I am the same way, but we will let you go, and thank you for talking to us.
I appreciate it, guys. Have a good night, and hope nobody's too upset.
I guess we'll find out in the NASCAR. Anyway, green flag action back with 20 to go here at Indy. Compton got a good launch right there beside Collins.
20 laps to go, and Parker Collins, he's fighting tooth and nail on the inside, trying to take the top spot away from Compton, excuse me.
Yeah, Collins is there. He's using that draft to every ability he can. He's going to go way down low. Can he pass down there is the question.
He looks like he made the pulled the spot away. And here comes Batby and here comes Fallen.
Remember, don't count Fallen out. He said he was going to try to drive the wheels off that 09 tonight. He has managed to drive the 09 in the 80 car. He was upside down earlier, just a few laps ago. He's up there challenging for the lead.
Yeah, he used his fast repair, got right back into this game, and also look who's in the picture. The same guy we have not talked about hardly all night, and that is the 31 car.
Yeah, Brian Clark has been one of the unknowns tonight. I've been watching him a little bit. Not saying all the time, just a little bit. He's been driving really clean, very sportsmanlike. It's going to be it's a toss-up because you got both Compton brothers up there. You got Badby, who's probably led the most laps tonight. Tolan's been up there. Fallon's who's driven the wheels off that car back to where he is now. So anything can happen, you know?
Yeah, I can see Collins there trying to break that draft away, so he goes way down to the inside. So these guys don't get a draft on him.
Absolutely. We're gonna see if Parker can drive off here with literally about 17 to go this time by.
Zachary Compton looks like he's losing spots, like he's falling. Parker's going to go down low, and then Nick's actually going to follow him, and then they're going to do a little zigzag down the back straightaway.
Trying to keep that draft broken up. That's the one thing you don't want right now. You want them to keep the wheels on the ground, and right now your clipboard goes out the window unless you have one more caution. Then you can reevaluate. But right now all the cards are down. It's all in for everybody. Bunch of cars trying to break off that draft. So
I can actually see that 89 of Batby follow Parker down that inside, and he's going to pick up the second.
Down out of 1 and 2 onto the backstretch. Things are starting to get dicey, ladies and gentlemen. I know we can feel the pressure up here in the booth. So, man, I gotta take a step away real quick.
Meanwhile, Batby, he's on the doorsteps of Parker, trying to take this spot away, and here comes Nick Compton there in third, and don't look now, but here comes Fallen and Tallman all right there. So the top 5. Side by side for third. Batby's going to continue to follow Collins. Collins is still trying to break that draft up, but is not having much luck right now. $16 laps to go in tonight's race. The sun is sitting here in Indianapolis. It's your race leader, Parker Collins, just ahead of Matthew Batby there in second. Tallman moves up to third. Nick Compton's going to drop to fourth, and Keith Fallen's going to round out your top 5. Batby looks like he's going to look to the outside now. He's going to back off on the gas here. Let it roll here in the center. We get back to seeing the gas. Nice driving here by Batby. He's been a rookie. He's a rookie for this league here. He does have an iRacing experience, obviously, and here he is going toe-to-toe with last season's champ Parker Collins.
It's going to be interesting to see what Batby can do because he's one of the rookies in the field. I think the other rookie was taken out. So Batby's got to try to pull the reins for the rookies at this point. The rest of this race.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get around Parker, and here comes Tallman. He's going to follow Parker. He's going to see if he can take that second spot away. Tallman's actually going to shove Parker down the front straightaway, and here comes Batby door to door on the outside of Parker Collins. Oh, and he takes the lead on the outside. Your new leader, Matthew Batby.
Now, the question is, can Batby set sail with 14 to go? Can he hold off the defending champion for 14 laps. Can it be done?
That's going to shuffle Parker back down to third, battling for third with Nick Compton, and right behind those two is Keith Fallen.
But Tallman is on the charge in the 23 car. Usually Toyotas aren't good in Indianapolis, but this is going to be a proven fact tonight. We got a Chevy Toyota battle for the lead right now.
Chevy, Toyota, Ford, Chevy, your top 5.
Right now, I'm wondering what Batby's thinking. Is he nervous? Is his heart rate up a little bit? Is he...
I would be nervous, and then don't look in the mirror. That's one thing that will mess with your mind more than anything, is looking in your mirror. Because I think it slows you down more than anything.
I think if I was his spotter, I'd be saying, turn that mirror off and just drive. Drive for your life.
Yep. I'm the same way. Flip it off or throw it in the garbage can or something.
Who isn't? He's a rookie, and he's got the defending champion behind him. Not the 23, but the defending champion is somewhere behind him. So it's a lot of things that could go wrong, that can go wrong. So.
Yeah, that was a strong power move there by Batby to take the lead there on the outside a few laps ago, and that was a strong move. Now the question is, did he use up any of his tires? We still have 12 laps left to figure this thing out. One thing we haven't done hardly is check the comments on YouTube to see if anybody has chimed in for tonight's race. We did talk to Derek. He said he's trying to side draft. He got too loose. Batby's starting to pull away just a little bit as Collins is really losing ground to the top two in front of them. Ten laps remain here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. See, the sun's still sitting there right off turn 3. That's not as blinding as it was earlier. I mean, I think it's more manageable to get through these turns than it was 20 or 30 laps ago. Nine laps to remain. Batby's got a 0.3 second lead over Tallman, who is in second. Third is Collins. Fourth is Fallen. That's 4 seconds back. Fifth is Compton. Nick Compton, that is. That's about 5.8 seconds back. And sixth is Zachary Compton, who's about 10 seconds back. And come turns 3 and 4. Batby is actually opening up his lead to a half second now. back out front, we was just showing what cars we had left on the racetrack. While Matthew Batby, he is a rookie, like we mentioned earlier, for this league. Comes in here in the second race, leading with roughly 9 laps to go.
It's gonna be a miracle. Can Batby hold off everything? Can he lock himself into the playoffs with a win today? I know we only got 8 laps to go this time by. It's gonna be 7. But do you think Batby's starting to flex a little muscle?
Yeah, I think he is. He's dominated the second half of this race. He's led the biggest portion of the race. I mean, we've had a lot of league changes today. Felt like we was back at Daytona with as many lead changes as we've had, but he's led quite a bit. So it's good to see him up here running strong with 8 laps remaining.
Absolutely. I don't think if you would have told Batby this, he would have left you also. Being a rookie on the verge of clinching himself a playoff spot tonight. He would have just told you you're silly, but he's driving off from the 23 right now. He's probably going to be a second, 1 point something second behind him when they come to the line this time by.
Yeah, there'll be 6 laps to go, and the lead is starting to stretch even bigger now.
And I noticed our field has gotten a little spread out. Got our top 3 going across the line now, what it looks like, and that's normally what happens when you get these wrecks. But the one guy I want to talk about, the 80 car, Nicholas Compton, he's drove fantastic tonight. He only had to use his fast repair up until recent. He was literally upside down, and his car looked like a demolition derby fiasco. Here recently, but he's ran solid all night. Both Compton brothers have ran solid, both running P5 and P7, respectfully. So,
yeah, it's pretty amazing what these fast repairs can do. I think it keeps the league to a certain degree, the better quality of drivers. I mean, I don't like the leagues that have unlimited fast repairs because you can just have crappy drivers and not care about wrecking somebody. Where these guys, if they get involved in an accident, no fault to their own, they have that fast repair.
absolutely. And we have 8 cars on the lead lap. Alan Bledsoe will be the last car on the lead lap tonight, the way it's looking. So.
Well, this would definitely shake up the point standings. Currently, Kevin Bullock coming in tonight's race is your points leader. So, him having an early exit, and with Matthew winning, it could change the way the points lead on top of the leaderboard. But we'll figure that out all said and done this weekend.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see how this is all going to shake up. But like I said, Kevin's going to be entering the points with 56, followed by Nicholas Compton and Joshua Pike, Jacob T. Morris, Zachary Compton, Brian Clark, and David. Some of these drivers either are not here tonight or they are just not available. I don't see him on the points, our current leader, Batby. I might be wrong. Yeah, he's on the points. He's P8. So that should send him to the top. Hopefully, so.
Definitely sending him to the top as far as wins go. I just don't know how many points he'll gain on Kevin, who came into this race as the points leader. I mean, he'll gain quite a bit, but I'm not sure how far that's going to shoot him up to the points lead.
Absolutely, and it's going to be 3 to go this time by. We're working 3 to go. The 89 has just got to sail. That's all he's got to do right now. He's got a 2-second lead over Tallman. The rookie has done everything he can tonight. He's kept his car clean. He has driven almost a picture-perfect race throughout. So.
Yeah, and looking back throughout the field, we got Keith Fallon, we've talked about off and on throughout the broadcast, who went 2 laps down, and here he is outing in 5th place. So that's a really nice recovery on his part.
Absolutely, and he did live up to what he told us. He said he was going to drive the wheels off of it. Well, he did drive the wheels off of it. Don't put anything on him tonight. Yeah, he said he was going to do it. So, we're going to have 2 laps to go this time by. We have roughly 4.5 miles left around this awesome speedway. Let's light this lap with Batby as he comes to the white.
Yeah, he's got a little ways to get to the white flag. He's just not coming to turn 3. He's definitely cannot wait for this race to be over. Holding his breath.
He's just got to survive. 2.5 miles left. We're coming to the white flag, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Batby is going to be leading this time by. Will he make it to the line?
Yeah. Last time he goes into turn 1 and 2. Nice, smooth sailing. Coming out of 1, going into 2 now. This track is so big, and he's got a heck of a lead, so no pressure up back. Smooth sailing as they go down the back straightaway.
Down the backstretch, the rookie is probably sweating bullets. Batby, who is sitting P8 in points, he will launch himself probably up to P2 or 3. Going into 3 and 4, he holds a 3-second lead over Tallman.
Last time through turns 4 and coming out of 4 now, and here comes Batby down the front stretch, and he is going to be your race winner at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He picks up win number 1 on this young season.
'24 is happy for Matthew.
That's his teammate. So definitely, you know, the Bledsoe and Batby and Hoots, they're all teammates right there. They drive for Canyon Power Motorsports. Let's go see if we can actually bring in Batby now. Maybe he'll want to talk to us now.
Maybe.
Hey Matthew, it's John and CJ up in the booth. You got us?
Yep, gotcha.
Congratulations on race win number 1 of this season. How are you feeling?
I am feeling great right now. I don't know how to feel. I'm really happy right now.
You came into this league as a rookie for starting season 2. You passed last year's champion, Parker Collins, the 54, on the outside to take that top spot away. How did you pull that off without wrecking?
I have no idea. I was just gunning it through there. I was pushing it as hard as I could. I am very excited, or very surprised I got past Parker, because he is very quick, especially tonight. He was very good.
Yeah, Parker started on pole earlier tonight, and you started, you know, mid-pack, and you worked your way up into the field.
Yeah, I was really trying to play it safe early on in the race, and late in the race I really gunned it up and really tried to put the pedal to the metal and try to get past them as quick as I could, and I successfully did that, and I'm very proud to bring it back home for all those KPM guys, and I'm very happy right now.
Yeah, you drive for Canyon Powers Motorsports with your teammates Riley and Bledsoe over there, so I know that those two are happy for you.
Yeah, and I gotta say, a big thanks to Riley Hoots, because he was spotting for me the last 30 laps, and that was very helpful. And great calls up there.
All right, well, is there anybody else you want to get a shout out to before we let you go?
All those KPM guys, my family, and especially Riley spotting for me.
All right, well, next week is Bristol on dirt. Do you think you have what it takes to win over there?
I don't know. I'm pretty good in dirt, but I'm not that good of a dirt ringer. I just can't. I don't know. But hopefully I can.
Well, nevertheless, you got your clinched this playoff spot, so that's one good thing underneath your belt tonight.
Yeah, it saves a lot of stressful nights from maybe wrecking out or something. So, saves a lot of stressful days and nights and not having to win another race.
All right, man. We will let you go and let you burn it down.
Thanks, man.
Enjoy the win, buddy.
Thank you.
Matthew Badby, your winner tonight in Indianapolis after 125 laps. Maybe we can get Tallman up here for a P2 finish.
Yeah, we got it. We usually do the top 3 here, so we got to bring in Tallman and Parker yet. But let's go ahead and bring in Tallman here. As you can see there, he's burning it down. Matthew, that is. Hey, Tallman, it's John and CJ up in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Second place ain't bad.
Yeah, I had nothing for him on that long run. He was really good on the long runs. So at the end of the second stage, he caught me and Parker by like 5 seconds just by himself. That's incredible. I don't know how that's even possible. But yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, you and Parker worked really well together. You know, I saw that he was pushing him down the front straight away whenever you guys were battling Nick Compton there earlier in the closing laps of tonight's race. So, hats off to you guys for Tiny Dog Motorsports.
Yeah, it was good to work together. I always want to work with teammates. I really wish that caution didn't come out. The one before that, I was good on fuel compared to the 89 and 81 and all them. I think I would have had it in the bag. Just sucks.
Well, do you have anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, all my teammates. Darren wrecked out early. Rye couldn't make it. But me and Parker worked really well tonight. I hope we go out there and go back-to-back champs.
Alright, man, we will let you go. I'm going to bring in Parker now. So, well, good luck to you next week at Bristol.
Alright, thank you.
Hey, Parker, it's John and CJ up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you led early on. You ended up getting loose. Took out with the 7 car by accident when you got loose there. Is that what kind of changed your race from that point?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of got behind the 8 ball after that first caution, with the differing tire strategies and, trying to get enough fuel to, make it to the end of the stage. So, once I kind of got in all that dirty air, I couldn't really move around and do as much as I really would have liked to. I got caught up in a couple of accidents with the 09 and then the 7, so that kind of hurt us a little bit. But I mean, all in all, it was a pretty solid race. Came back, got a top 3, so definitely take that. Definitely could have done something different on that last pit stop, but I felt like I made the right call in the moment. I only had 1 set of tires left, and I was kind of hoping that we had another caution so I could use it, but it didn't work out. But yeah, solid race for everybody at Tiny Dog Racing today.
That's kind of opposite of what Tallman was saying. He said that he wished that last caution never did come out because he thought he would have enough fuel to make it to the end, whereas the 89 and the 81 didn't have enough. So it's kind of interesting how your 2 strategies were different. You just wanted a caution and he wasn't.
Well, before the very last caution that we had, I was wanting it to go green because I knew that me and him were gonna make it to the end. But after that, I knew I had a tire disadvantage because I stayed out there. So I was kind of hoping we were gonna have a caution, but with as many people that gotten taken out, I knew we probably wouldn't get it. So I just tried to defend everything I had against the 89. We ran a heck of a race. Just wasn't enough at the end.
Alright, well, before we let you go, do you have a shout out you want to give to anybody?
Yeah, shout out to everybody at Tiny Dog Racing. Rye couldn't be here tonight. He doing school and stuff. So yeah, shout out to those guys. They're rock stars for sure.
All right, CJ, you got anything to add to this?
Nah, I think Parker, you drove the wheels off. It was a good battle between you and the race winner. Good seeing that. So, what are you looking forward to at Bristol Dirt with the heat races there?
And I don't even know. I'm not a fan of dirt on Bristol in the sim and real life, so I think we're just gonna take it, one lap at a time and just try and manage something out of it. Try and make the best of it, I guess.
Gotcha. Well, congratulations, Parker. Hope to see you at Bristol Dirt.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Well, CJ, that is going to wrap up for tonight's show. That was the 3-hour long race session. I didn't realize it's already 10 o'clock here Central Time, 11 o'clock on the East Coast.
I mean, for the people who watched this race, they got a thrill ride of a race from lap 1 all the way to the end, and hats off to Matthew Batby for locking himself into the playoffs and getting the monkey off his back. He don't have to worry about he could have 2 down weeks the rest of the season, and not have to worry about losing a locked in guarantee. So
Yeah, for sure. But we are going to go ahead and get off here. I am John, and it's my new partner CJ. We will see you next week at Bristol.
bye, guys.